says they have it, and they do. Pressure coming, throws, picked off, intercepted, and out of bounds around the 15-yard line. The snap, looking downfield, down the boundary. It is caught, breaks the tackle, he will score.
Exclusive coverage of Alabama football game day continues. Welcome to the Countdown to Kickoff show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Spire, your natural gas provider. Switch to natural gas and save with big rebates from Spire. Alabama football is also brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Order online with the Chick-fil-A app to cater your next tailgate party. The Countdown to Kickoff show starts now.
And as told moments ago, the Countdown to Kickoff is presented by Spire, your natural gas provider. Switch to natural gas and save with big rebates from Spire. Welcome to Atlanta. Along with Tyler Watts, I'm Chris Stewart. Our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Corey Reamer checking in with us shortly. Tyler, what is, I should say, the scouting report for Alabama this one in the SEC title game against the Georgia Bulldogs?
Well, Georgia's obvious only blemish on the year all season long came to the Alabama Crimson Tide there in Athens, Georgia. They're not coming into this contest, though, without being beaten up along the offensive front as well. Malachi Tolliver will start for Drew Bobo, who's kind of been the anchor of that offensive line, and you kind of wonder if Alabama can exploit that weakness. Colby Young, talented wide receiver, he's out for the game. But it all starts and ends with Nate Frazier. His ability to run the football. He has been the workhorse for this offensive unit all season long, averaging 5.6 yards per carry. And then you have Zachariah Branch, talented wide receiver, very explosive. Alabama's going to have to do a good job of keeping him under wraps. Defensively for the Dogs, C.J. Allen is kind of the defensive leader of this football team, over 80 tackles on the season so far. He'll add late also on some pass rushes. The D-line does a really nice job against the run. They don't really want to commit more players to the box than they have to, so Alabama will have to spread the ball around and through the air. K.J. Bolden and Ellis Robinson are probably two of the better DBs, along with Dylan Everett, who's kind of your best cover guy. Talented defensive unit that Alabama's going to have their work cut out for them to score points on.
Hey, if you want to follow our radio broadcast while you're watching on television, go to syncmygame.com. That's syncmygame.com. Just go to syncmygame.com to find out how. When we come back, it'll be our star to watch, and also counting down to kickoff, Alabama and Georgia here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Bomb Hours Victory Grill has introduced an all-new holiday menu to help you make your holidays legendary. This festive new menu is highlighted by 3 delicious holiday favorites, including Bomb Hours bringing back the popular and award-winning Hot Bama Brown. Bomb Hours version uses their almost fried turkey placed on barbecue bread with mushroom gravy, Blanco and Parmesan cheese, finished with applewood smoked bacon and fresh tomatoes, served with garlic mashed potatoes.
Bama fans, why wait to start your college journey? With the University of Alabama Early College, high school students can earn college credit from UA now, online or on campus. Students are eligible after completing the 9th grade with a 3.0 GPA or higher. Thousands of students across Alabama and the United States are already part of the Crimson Tide tradition. So don't just cheer for the Tide, join it. UA Early College. Legends start here. Visit earlycollege.ua.edu to learn more. Roll Tide.
Game day is about big plays and big energy, but it's also about the little things. It's about the energy of a community coming together to cheer for our heroes on the field, the tireless work that goes into every game from the front gate to the 50-yard line, and making memories that last a lifetime. Alabama Power knows that dedication makes all the difference. That's why we're here to keep you moving with reliable power and the programs that help you save. Now that's big. Alabama Power, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Game day is back, and you know what that means. Every down, every drive, and every snack counts. That's why Golden Flake is always the go-to, the real MVP when it comes to bold flavor. For over 68 years, Golden Flake has been the South's go-to snack for Saturdays. So if you want a game-winning bite, reach for everyone's favorite snacks. Golden Flake, proud to be the official potato chip of Alabama football.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Chevron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Chevron, fueled by possibility.
Nugget bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
All of us at Crimson Tide Sports Network want to thank West Shore Home for sponsoring the Warrior of the Game this season. We've been proud to recognize the brave men and women of our armed forces each week, and we thank them once again for their dedicated service to our country. The Warrior of the Game has been presented by West Shore Home. If you need a bathroom remodel, new windows, doors, or flooring, the experts at West Shore Home have you covered. Learn more at westshorehome.com. You're listening to the Countdown to Kickoff presented by Spire, your natural gas provider. Switch to natural gas and save up to $800 with rebates from Spire. Learn more at spireenergy.com/rolltide. It'll be the starting lineups. It'll be our star to watch. It'll be the national anthem, and it'll be the kick. The Countdown to Kickoff, again, presented by Spire. We're going to have the SEC title game for you when we return on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Countdown to Kickoff show, presented by Spire, your natural gas provider. Switch to natural gas and save with big rebates from Spire. Alabama football is also brought to you by Guthrie's, home of the original chicken finger and proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Visit us in-store or online at Guthrie'sChicken.com. Roll Tide. Coming up next, Alabama Crimson Tide football on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get power to spare with a Honda generator for the ultimate tailgate experience. Honda gives you economical, portable power when and where it's needed most. It's perfect for powering a TV, crock pot, blender, or a variety of other party favors. And best of all, these gasoline-powered generators all have easy-starting, dependable Honda engines. We'll get the party started and keep it going. Get turned on to a reliable Honda generator. It's perfect for the ultimate tailgate experience.
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. They're in your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
This is Jack's country, and on game day, nobody shows up empty-handed. Make a winning play with Jack's Catering. Hand-breaded chicken fingers, crispy fried chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and all the southern sides your crew craves. Whether it's a game watch or a family get-together, Jack's brings the flavor that scores every time. Order now at eatatjacks.com or on the Jack's app. Jack's, all about the South.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win.
We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
In 1849, a French writer coined the phrase, "The more things change, the more they remain the same." Well, of similar meaning and more recent vintage was Tim McGraw's hit country song, "Some Things Never Change." And though the song was obviously not about college football, maybe because of their background, the songwriters saw what was coming. You see, it was written by a couple of Bama boys, Brad Chrysler and the recently passed Hall of Fame songwriter Walt Aldridge, both huge Bama fans.
I guess some things never change.
You may recall, this whole SEC championship game thing got started when the old ball coach brought his Florida Gators to face, the Alabama Crimson Tide and Gene Stallings on a frigid night back in 1992. Since that December night, a Bama win by the way, the SEC has added 4 additional teams, eliminated the Eastern and Western divisions, moved the game to Atlanta's Georgia Dome, and moved it again here to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We've also witnessed the dawn of transfer portal and NIL matters, added an extra signing day, and gone from the 2-team BCS to the 4-team CFP, and to now the 12-team CFP, and we're probably not done yet. And throughout all of that, the thing that changes the least is Alabama. Again, playing for an SEC championship and a chance to play for a national title. And again, it's against those dogs from Athens.
Alabama 41, Georgia 34. 9 times out of the last 10. They say every dog has its day, but for the 10th time in 11 meetings, it ain't gonna be this one. And the white flag has been waved from the Georgia sideline. What do you say, folks? Let's get out of here. Bama, a winner over the Georgia Bulldogs, claiming the SEC title. Keep us out. I dare you. I dare you.
In fact, Alabama has appeared in roughly half of these December matchups, winning 11 of them. And that's all part of an amazing 30 SEC championships in all, to go with 18 national championships and counting. Yeah, the more things change, the more they do remain the same. So here we go again. It's time for another SEC championship game, and Bama is smack dab in the middle of it. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for yet another SEC championship and an automatic spot in the latest version of the college football playoffs, Bama and Georgia next.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide football.
Trying to split defenders, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, scores, scores, scores.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield, brought to you by Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. All-State, you're in good hands. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Alabama football is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Chick-fil-A. Order online with the Chick-fil-A app to cater your next tailgate party. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota. Let's go places. Guthrie's, home of the original chicken finger and proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Visit us in-store or online at Guthrie'sChicken.com. Roll Tide. And by Ford, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
Go Bama! Roll Tide!
Live from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Alabama, Georgia. Again. This is the 2025 SEC Championship game. Kickoff is just moments away. Now, here's the voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
And welcome back to Alabama's home away from home. Atlanta, Georgia, specifically Mercedes-Benz Stadium, as the Tide will try to roll to an SEC title once again. I'm Chris Stewart alongside Tyler Watts. Our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter is Corey Reamer. Of course, our Vice President, General Manager of the Crimson Tide Sports Network is Jim Carabin. Our producer-engineer, Tom Stipe. Our video producer, Ethan Carabin. Studio engineer, Jerry Kelly. Broadcast host, Roger Hoover. Our spotter, Butch Owens. Our scoreboard host, Jed Ainsworth. And coming up late tonight, we hope, recapping a Bama victory in this SEC title game will be Gray Robertson and former Alabama standout Christian Miller. Right now, we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Tyler Watts, it's a place that Alabama fans are familiar with. It's a place that the Crimson Tide is familiar with. It's a place you are quite familiar with as well. I know it's got to be special. It's a different building, but it's the same city. It's real close to that venue where you were a part of an SEC championship for the Crimson Tide. And Bama hopefully will claim another one here today.
This is as good of a game as you could hopefully play in outside of a national championship, in my opinion, especially growing up in the state of Alabama. This is the best two teams in the conference, obviously getting an opportunity to really elevate their standing in the playoff picture. And Alabama kind of been ups and downs throughout the course of the season. However, continue to rebound, persevere, make plays when they need to, right where we're supposed to be, and one more shot at solidifying ourselves in the playoffs.
Unfortunately for Alabama, the star to watch will not be Jam Miller unless we're just watching him on the sideline, because he is out with an injury suffered a week ago against the Auburn Tigers, a huge loss. So with that being said, give us a star to watch for the Crimson Tide in this one.
Well, I think a lot hinges on the ability of Parker Brailsford today at the center position, and I know it's not a sexy pick. However, if he is able to play all four quarters, that eliminates the need to move Gino Vandermark from guard back over to the center position, and then you're really moving Wilkin Formby, Michael Carroll. Do you bring in Jaden Roberts? So a lot of dominoes would be falling at that point. So Parker Brailsford, his ability to get to the next level, pull around in pass pro as well as run blocking, and just calling the shots up front, I think he's a star to watch.
Won't have the full run of starters. Actually, we do have some time. Let's go ahead and get to them for Alabama. On the offensive side, Caden Proctor at left tackle. It is likely to be Cam Dewberry at left guard, and if not, Gino Vandermark at that spot today. And actually, I think Vandermark is the guy who will get the start there at left guard. At center, Brailsford, who Tyler just talked about, at right guard. Look for Wilkin Formby to get the first snaps there, and that means Michael Carroll, as he has often done, the freshman, moves up to the starter at right tackle as well.
Got to play well up front. Got to play it well up front.
You do indeed. Caleb Edwards getting the start at tight end as Josh Cuevas is likely out for this one as well. But in addition to Edwards, we'll see a lot of Jay Lindsey, Marshall Pritchett, the freshman, and Brody Dalton as well. It's truly been by committee, but that's been a solid group overall, even though you don't have the star in Cuevas.
And they have to do a great job in pass, but we love to get in that 12 personnel with 2 tight end looks, and they have to be able to hold up against the pressure packages that Georgia's going to throw.
And the guy that needs to react well to it is the quarterback, Ty Simpson.
Understanding, making sure the protection is right, needs to break the huddle quickly. Got to get that play called in so he can make sure he tips the defense hat, adjust accordingly. Daniel Hill likely getting the start
at running back for the Crimson Tide. Talk about the weight that now falls to his shoulders.
He has a lot on it. We need his legs fresh. He's a big bruising back, though. He has really started to mature and take on that load of being the number 1 back over the last couple of weeks. You missed Jam Miller, but you have someone you can rely on in Daniel Hill.
And you've got a young talent who should have fresh legs. He hadn't played much, but the future's now for A.K. Deer.
Had a couple of carries versus Auburn, did a nice job. His pass pro is going to have to be outstanding if he is called upon to do that.
Also for Alabama, Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, among the numerous receivers that we'll hear called on. Count on Latsier Brooks, Cole Adams, Derek Meadows, Rico Scott as well.
Yeah, and these guys are going to have to create separation against man coverage today.
For Bama, defensively, you will not have L.T. Overton, but Jordan Renaud will get an opportunity to start today. Tim Keenan III at nose, James Smith at the defensive tackle, and Yanze Pierre. Quay Rusall also expected to get a lot of snaps for Alabama at the linebacker.
Edric Hill, in addition to that, as well as London Simmons, are going to be called on. We got to keep that rotation even though you're down 2 guys.
You do indeed, as Alabama's about to make its way out of the tunnel momentarily. We'll throw it down to the field when the Tide does burst through here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We'll tell you, Deontay Lawson at the Stinger, Nakai Hill-Green expected to get a lot of opportunities there as well. Justin Jefferson at the mic, Dejon Lee at one corner, Xavier Brown the other. Bray Hubbard's been great at free safety, Keon Sabb at strong, and Deshaun Jones at the Husky.
I think we can hold up against these guys, Chris. Got to do a good job of tackling in space, making sure that we're not giving up chunk yardage plays at any point. Always force them to snap another snap.
Not going to go through all the Georgia starters, but do want a thought from you on the quarterback who will have so much on him today in Gunnar Stockton.
Did not play particularly well in the passing game last week in this very building. That was an anomaly on the season. Gunnar Stockton has done an incredible job. He didn't have a lot of cute quarterback runs versus Alabama the first time around. I'm curious, though, with Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo seeing the film against Auburn and Ashton Daniels, what he was able to create if they incorporate more QB runs.
The Alabama captains have made their way out of the locker room, and in single file, here comes Ty Simpson, Parker Brailsford, behind him, Deontay Lawson, and then it's big number 96, Tim Keenan III for the Crimson Tide. Ernest Green III, Zachariah Branch, C.J. Allen, and Christian Miller will be the captains for the Georgia Bulldogs, as I think everybody is just about ready to get this thing going, as both squads are in their respective huddles and just waiting to get the go-ahead so we can get this thing started.
I know we are. I was looking over the fan sideline there up in the stands and starting to trickle in now and fill this sucker up.
And here comes the Tide rolling in. Tide as the highest seed, wearing the crimson jerseys with those familiar crimson helmets. Head coach Kalen DeBoer, yep, the black hoodie is on as he looks across and sees the Georgia Bulldogs taking the field. The red helmets, the white jerseys, the silver breeches making their way out of the tunnel, as the captains in a matter of moments will make their way to midfield as well for this one. Per SEC rule, our sideline reporter, Corey Reamer, not allowed to go to midfield and pick up the coin toss, but presumably we're going to have the mic on the official, and we will share with you that as well as through the magic of Tom Stipe. We'll be able to hear what's going on the field.
All right, guys, congratulations on representing the Southeastern Conference in the 2025 SEC Championship game. I'm your referee, Daniel Gotro. This is your umpire, Walt Hill. Georgia, you are the designated visiting team. This side is heads, this side is tails. What is your call? The call is heads. It is tails. Which way would you like to kick?
Alabama has won the toss and elected to defer their option to the second half. They will kick from the south end zone. Good luck, gentlemen.
Alabama has opted to take the air conditioning vents here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium, obviously, and thankfully everything is closed here. The retractable roof is closed, and that is greatly appreciated by everyone inside, as our temperature outside is in the 40s, but inside very nice, around 70 degrees. Our kickoff coming up in a moment, presented by Coca-Cola. Passionate fans and an ice cold Coca-Cola, that is a winning combo. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. We check in with our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter. Corey, I'm sorry we hadn't gotten to you sooner, but give us your feel for things down on the surface here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Man, it feels like it's just like you expected it to be. It's the ACC Championship. You got all these guys that are down here on the sideline, a lot of former players, the SEC legends. This game just means so much. Just brings back a lot of flood of memories right now. This team's ready to go. Everybody I've talked to, I have walked up and talked, haven't had to ask a question at all. They said we're ready to go.
And I think we are all ready to go as well, as Coach DeBoer down on the field finishes up his conversation with Holly Rowe, and we get the go-ahead from TV that finally we'll get this thing started. Georgia to receive. Zachariah Branch, the deep man. And Alabama, as usual, Connor Talty to kick things off. Cash Jones also deep for the Dogs as the kick is underway, and so too is the SEC Championship game. It sails into the end zone, and we've got a touchback as Talty's first kick of the game is a good one, and the Dogs will start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. So here we go, seeing if Alabama's defense can be as sharp as they have been throughout this year, and especially against Georgia, the first time the teams met in this state.
Had a great outing, especially in the second half. Down the stretch in the fourth quarter, need to pick up where we left off.
Stockton from the pistol with Nate Frazier to his left. The sophomore out of Compton, California. They bring him in motion to the left side. They'll swing it out for him, trying to set up a bubble screen. They get good yardage, and they'll get a first down across the 40 to about the 42. It was Branch who made the catch. Keon Sabb is the one that kept that from being an even larger game, but they pick up big yardage and a first down all the way out to the 42 of the Bulldogs.
I think it was an intended run, but Bray Hubbard had it, came fire from the flat position. Gunnar Stockton saw it, swung it out to his wide receiver. They had numbers. I think we had miscommunication on where we were bringing pressure from.
17-yard pickup on first down. Humphreys and Dylan Bell are the two men to the right side of the formation, and Jones goes right. It'll be a quarterback draw, and Stockton's going to get drilled as he gets to the 45, but he picks up 3 yards before Bray Hubbard slams him to the turf. Jan Pierre there as well. 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Bulldogs.
You're going to see a lot of number 14 for Georgia running the football today. I think it just gives them an opportunity to create an extra number in the box there that they can take advantage of.
Going to get a better runner than a lot have given him credit for, as the Dogs will have 2nd and 7 from right at their own 45-yard line. They'll have a man to the left of Stockton. He'll swing it out to the right side, trying to get a block there for the receiver. We got a flag down. This one's going to come back for a hold. Branch made the catch, gained a couple of yards, but there was a hold on that edge.
Holding offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
The aforementioned 86 by Daniel Gautreau, our lead referee, is the receiver there, Dylan Bell. Corey, what you see?
Yeah, Red Morgan was right there, was in a great position, able to turn that runner back, but tried to bounce it outside, and Georgia's wide receiver right there just gets a little bit too much jersey. He was in great position to make that stop.
All the way back to the 35 of the Bulldogs now, so 2nd down and about 16 upcoming, 17 actually, as the Dogs have a man in the backfield to the left of Stockton. They will hand it to him, and he's got nowhere to go. He's going to lose 3. Nate Frazier with nowhere to go. Tim Smith and company were there to greet him. Jordan Renaud also helping on the stop, but there was a bunch more crimson than there was red in that Georgia backfield.
Boy, you talk about just whipping your guys up front. James Smith just does a little swim move on Tolliver, the center, the newly replaced center, and is able to get in the backfield. Jordan Renaud also doing a good job on the edge, tackle for a loss.
Jones is the man in the backfield to the left of Stockton as Georgia faces 3rd and 20 from right here. Line of scrimmage right around their 32-yard line after the 3-yard setback. Jones will leave an empty set for Stockton. He wants to run it up the middle. We got numbers there. We get it knocked to the turf. Jan St. Pierre came out of nowhere and leveled Stockton, knocking him down around the 39, and the Dogs will have to punt it on 4th and about 14.
Corey, you like the way we play defense there. You get the holding penalty, you back them up, 2nd and long, and what happens from there?
Yeah, Gunner Stockton's just not going to make that play with his feet. Exactly what we talked about pregame. This Alabama defense just rallying to the football and getting guys on the ground and just delivering a huge hit right there on the quarterback when he takes off the runs.
The Australian Brett Thorson, who's averaging 51 yards, 45 on the season, 51 last week. Another familiar missile for him, and a fair catch called for and made by the Crimson Tide's Cole Adams back inside his 20-yard line. A 45-yard punt, right on the average for the year for Thorson. Timeout on the field, no score, exactly 3 minutes into this one here in Atlanta. The SEC title on the line on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
With Marathon Rewards, you'll earn on every fill-up, which is amazing news for every kind of driver out there. Whether you're a wait forever to filler-upper, a routine topper-offer, a relentless road tripper, an occasional commuter, or just a regular old point A to B here, everyone can earn rewards and save up to $1 a gallon. And you can join Marathon Rewards online, through the app, and even at the pump, making signing up easy for every kind of signer-upper. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
To go in this first quarter, no score between Alabama and Georgia in the SEC championship game. Just saw the Crimson Tide defense with its first big-time stop of the game. It's presented by Truckworks, the official commercial truck dealer of the Crimson Tide. 17 locations throughout Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle, including in Tuscaloosa. So Corey Reamer, our Cook Special Central sideline reporter. We saw some huge hits from this Crimson Tide defense, and no surprise, leading the charge, the physicality of Yanze Pierre.
Yeah, a guy that just continues to improve. He's one of the better players on this defense, but I love to see the way that this defense just came out physical. Defensive line, a lot of question marks going into this game with LT Overton being out. But you get Bernard, you get James Smith up there, like Tyler said, beating their one-on-one blocks. Had a little slant going on there a few times, winning their games, winning their one-on-one matchups, not getting locked up on double teams. Good signs early on from this defensive front.
Another good sign, Parker Brailsford is coming out at center for the Tide. He will have Vandermark to his left, Wilkin Formby to his right. Carroll will be the right tackle. And, of course, the very versatile Caden Proctor will be at left tackle. Tide also will break its huddle with Daniel Hill to the right of Ty Simpson. Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton to the right side of the formation, and Ryan Williams to the left. The line will make adjustments as Ty makes an adjustment. He'll bring Ryan in motion to the right side. The handoff will go up the middle to Hill, and Daniel will fight forward for about 3-4 yards. C.J. Allen makes the stop, but let's give him 5 on that play, actually.
Yeah, ball was
from the 20 to just across the 24
well,
almost.
I think the ball was actually spotted on the 19 to start this drive, so that's a good hard 5 yards on first down, something Alabama traditionally has not started their drives out with. Late substitution, and that hurts us when we're trying to get protections right, because now Georgia will slowly substitute as well.
They'll make their change, getting C.J. Allen out, and Chris Cole comes in, trips to the right, but Bernard will go in motion left. Bama will hand it up the gut again, and fighting forward for 3 more yards on the play will be Hill, the sophomore, out of Meridian, Mississippi, averaging 3.8 yards per carry with 5 touchdowns on the year. Picks up a couple, they say now, and it'll be 3rd and 3 for Alabama. The line of scrimmage right at the 27. Or the 26, actually, I'm sorry. The 29 is where the first down mark happens to be. Trips to the near side. That's the right side of the formation. Now in motion. They will go on misdirection and hand it back to Brooks. Lotsier is going to get stacked up and brought down shy of the first down mark, I believe. Ellis Robinson, the 4th. The corner came up, and the Dogs will turn Alabama away. They tried to get to the edge, but we didn't have enough blockers over there, Tyler. Yeah, and a great job by Georgia.
Well, Rico Scott and Jeremy Bernard were responsible for the outside linebacker and the cornerback, and Rico Scott, for some reason, didn't go to the corner, went all the way to the safety. So when your corner's unblocked, he reads it, stays at home, makes the tackle for a loss. Now we're punting.
Bama does indeed punt it, and the punt from Dowd will be fair caught by Branch, and Georgia will have it right around their own 30-yard line. So that's where the Dogs will have it when we come back to Atlanta. No score as the two sides both have drives end with a punt. 9:54 to go, first quarter. Glad you're with us for the SEC Championship game here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game days across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned and operated in Tuscaloosa for over 30 years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama football and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round and enter our weekly Drive for Dough contest this football season. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Visit RollDominoes.com. Thanks from Domino's and Roll Tide.
Bama, the Bulldogs for the SEC title. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Fall in Alabama means 2 things to me: Crimson Tide football and enjoying the great outdoors. This is John Parker Wilson here to talk about my favorite Alabama-based outdoor brand, Tom Beckby. They're celebrating 10 years as Alabama's premier outfitter. Whether you're getting outfitted for your next great adventure or suiting up for your tailgate, Tom Beckby has you covered with great gear, all designed right here in Alabama. Visit Tom Beckby in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and online at tombeckby.com.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barclaygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
9:54 remaining in this opening quarter from Atlanta between the Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Coming to you live for this broadcast inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. Once again, roaming the sidelines for us is our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, Corey Reamer. Brought to you by Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Corey, we get to see this defense go back to work again for Alabama. What you like most about the first drive that we saw for Alabama defensively against this Georgia offense?
Well, I just love to see the aggressiveness that we've got with just bringing in the four guys, not having to bring a bunch of extra ones. Coming up and making plays in space. You can tell Georgia's trying to get on the edges right now, get their playmakers the ball in open space. Got to fight off some blocks at the corner position, get some stops. But so far, so good from this defense. They're looking like they've got their ears pinned back, ready to play some aggressive football.
Alabama initially showing across the front. Keon Keeley, London Simmons, and Edric Hill with Quay Russaw, the Wolf that walks up from the edge. Also Nakai Hill-Green at a linebacker for Alabama as the Dogs operate with Josh McCray to the right of Gunnar Stockton, the quarterback who's in the pistol. They bring a man in motion to the left side of the formation, two men right. He'll look to the right, he'll swing it out. It's caught but dropped falling right around the 26-yard line. The catch was complete, but it's a loss of 4 on the play, which is a break for Alabama. It'll be 2nd and 14.
I'll say his feet just came out from under him. There really wasn't anywhere to go. Damani Jackson did a nice job coming up from the cornerback position, had a chance to make that tackle, but very fortunate loss there for Alabama.
2nd down, 14, as we said. They'll have Frazier in the backfield. They bring the tight end over in Delp to have him offset. Looking to throw Stockton. Checks down, and there's a big hit and an incomplete pass. Wow, what a pop delivered by Alabama's Damani Jackson, the San Diego native. A good, clean, hard hit on the running back, Frazier, as they check down to him, and he is still down on the play. And that one was dropped before he got hit. But, Corey, we could hear it up here. I'm sure you probably could easily.
And that is a cornerback's dream right there. You're sitting out there playing flat coverage, showing a cover 2 look, just watching the quarterback, get your eyes in the backfield, and you see him pull up and check down to the running back that's out in the flat, and you've just got all the time in the world to just get some momentum going and come and deliver a big hit.
And Corey, how about Damani? He was criticizing this first matchup about not being aggressive in 2 consecutive plays, being the aggressor in the Georgia backfield.
Yeah, when you got cover 2, it's a lot easier for you to be aggressive right there. But love to see any time you get a cornerback coming up and delivering big hits, especially in college football these days. And unfortunately for Georgia, Nate Frazier's on the ground, and he is slow to get up, and that is a massive weapon for them on the offense.
I imagine he's just now able to breathe because that was a rib shot. And you've probably never been hit that hard, but I have.
I like to deliver the hits.
He's seen guys look like that before.
Crackbacks, they don't allow those anymore.
No.
It takes me back to those Kentucky days. That's all they did. Randall Cobb cracking the back of my ribs. Hey, we're not soft. We've been hit too. Y'all find creative ways to do it.
As y'all go down memory lane, we'll tell you this injury timeout is brought to you by Andrew Sports Medicine, whose team of doctors help you achieve victory over injury. Andrew Sports Medicine, the official medicine provider for the Crimson Tide. It is good to see that Frazier's all right. He's walked off the field on his own power, but 3rd down and 14 upcoming for the Bulldogs, who are 0 for 1 on 3rd down so far. Stockton with time, checks down to Jones, who is hit, stretches forward, but he's still going to be a yard shy of the needed 1st down mark. Let's see what Georgia does around the 39-yard line, and I think they're going to play it conservative and just punt it away right here. Bama gave up 13, but
Number
not
4
14.
for Georgia is now wearing number 4.
Well, when you're able to set up third and long situations, this is the benefit of it. You hit your check down, but there's a lot of space that Cash Jones has to cover to get that first down. Noah Carter converging, making the tackle just shy.
Forcing on to punt again. His last one covered 45 yards. This one will be a high, booming kick once again, and watching it hit at the 5 and check back up and go out of bounds around the 8-yard line will again be the Tide's Cole Adams. A good decision to get the heck away from that one, as it does go out of bounds, and Bama will have it, but not with the best of field position following a 53-yard punt.
Yeah, lost about 10 yards there on the exchange of possessions. Now Alabama ran the ball 3 consecutive times on their opening possession. Did they try to open it up a little bit, or have they found something in the running game?
Well, empty set initially for Ty, but often we will see the running back come over, and Daniel Hill's going to come to the slot. He's not going to join him in the backfield, so it's still an empty set right now for Ty, who does want to throw, throws it across, it catches mate. That's Ryan Williams getting the grab and scooting forward to the 20-yard line. Check it, it's Isaiah Horton. I'm sorry, it was 1, not 2, who got it, and that'll be enough for a bank first down for the Crimson Tide. Move the sticks on the 10-yard gain. So from the 20, Alabama will send Williams in motion, and the handoff goes to Hill, and he'll fight forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 from right there.
Going tempo, getting right back up to the line, not allowing Georgia to rotate or really get comfortable with their alignments. Little counter tray. Jeremy Bernard comes in motion, kicks out the defensive end. Michael Carroll kind of got pushed back a little bit, otherwise it might have been a bigger game.
Bama doesn't hurry the line, but they did huddle without any substitution, so Georgia stays with what they had. Alabama will shift and put the tight end, Caleb Edwards, to the right side of the formation. We got 2 into the backfield right now, including Jeremy with Daniel Hill and the quarterback. He will keep it himself, and he gets stacked up and brought down right at the 20. That was Gabe Harris Jr., who put the helmet right on Ty Simpson and knocked him down for a loss of a couple on the play. It'll be 3rd down and almost 10 upcoming for Alabama.
That's just backside pressure. Parker Brailsford initially gets on Harris, but he's able to fight off of the tackle. Otherwise, Ty Simpson is going out the back door.
Bama 0 for 1 on 3rd downs. They went 3 and out on their previous drive. They got a first down on the first play here, but now with 3rd down, trips left, tight end in the backfield to the left of Simpson, who has time, now checks down, and boy, Bernard was well covered. He thought that he was too well covered by K.J. Bolden. Thought he had a hand on him, apparently not. No flags coming in, and that'll be 4th down after the incomplete pass.
Georgia a little exotic. They come with a stunt. They only bring 5. The middle of the field is open, but it was well covered. Jeremy Bernard had a step on the defender, K.J. Bolden. That's a good matchup, but unfortunately it fell to the carpet.
Branch waiting on the punt inside his own 35 as Dowd is set to punt it, standing around his own 7. Goes to his right, and it's blocked. The Dogs blocked it. The ball's in the air. It takes a Bama bounce. Georgia's going to get tackled right around the 21 of Alabama. And it looked as though recovering it for Georgia was Justin Williams, but the man who blocked it was Cole Spear. Thank you, Roger. Yep, Spear is the one that came through and was able to block it cleanly and went high up into the air. And for the first time this year, Blake Dowd has had a punt blocked. And a tough time for it, as the Dogs will have 1st and 10 at the Alabama 21-yard line. Frazier back to the game. He is the single setback as Georgia will go with no wideouts. Everybody in tight. They'll hand it to him. He'll run right side. He'll cut it back inside the 15. Gets to the 10 to about the 7-yard line. And Georgia will move the sticks and now have 1st and goal from the Alabama 7. Keon Sabb saved the touchdown.
Heavy package with about 6 or 7 guys on the right side. They run a counter behind that and pull an extra blocker. Keon Sabb stepped up into the hole, but still another 5 or 6 yards after contact.
Edric Hill will check in, and Renaud will come out. They're going to go with the very similar look, although they've got The receivers slightly offset to the left this time. Now they'll bring a man in motion right. Stretch handoff will again go to the man in the backfield as Xavier Brown gets Nate Frazier to the turf early. May have lost a yard on the play. Still second and goal from this time the 8-yard line, maybe the 9 even.
Yeah, they're testing us up front to see if they can establish the line of scrimmage. Justin Jefferson also able to shed his block there to make the tackle. But this is where they really don't want to put the ball in the air if they don't have to, but they're probably going to have to.
Cash Jones in the backfield to the left of Stockton as they bring a receiver in motion to the right. He'll go misdirection. They'll hand it to him. He'll cut it back. He's to the 5. He's to the 1. And I don't think he got in. It's going to be 4th and goal from right there. Let's see what Kirby Smart and Georgia opt to do. Third down, excuse me. Thank you very much.
They're going to go heavy again.
Yes, they will.
Let's see if Nate Frazier checks back in.
They'll spot him back just outside the 1. Alabama with Smith and Hill. Keenan up front. I formation, play action. They roll the pocket, they throw, and they've got the tight end for a touchdown. And Georgia gets on the board first. Making the grab for the Bulldogs was Roderick Robinson II, the third-year sophomore out of San Diego, able to make the grab on a nice play-action call. And the Dogs get on the board first. The block punt setting up a short field, and a 21-yard scoring drive gives UGA the 6-0 lead, and they'll try to make it a 7-0 advantage as Peyton Woodring is on to try the PAT. Snap and spot are good. The kick is up, and the kick is perfect as well. So Georgia capitalizes on the key play in special teams. A block punt, a short field, a 21-yard scoring drive that took just 4 plays and a minute 55 off the clock. And with 4:36 to go here in the opening quarter of action, Georgia takes a 7-0 lead over Alabama. We're back to Atlanta right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo. Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
A touchdown for Georgia makes it 7-0 Bulldogs over the Crimson Tide as we still have 4:36 remaining in the first quarter from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM, College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Crimson Tide offense about to take the field for the 3rd time today against Georgia. Tyler, what have you liked so far from the offense? What do you want to see coming up on this drive?
Well, I like our staying with trying to run the football. We need to do a little bit better job of keeping a hat on a hat. Make an initial contact, very nice. Got to stay on those blocks a little bit longer, and some of these runs will open up. I'd like to see us try to push the ball down the field maybe a little bit. I don't know if that's possible. We'll need to find out and test this secondary and see how sharp Ty Simpson is right now.
Corey Reimers, our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter. I'm sure they're not exactly bouncing around after that, but give me a little feel for the sidelines right now on the Bama side.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see. I mean, there's three elements of this football game, and special teams is definitely one of them, and got to be able to get that football off. Operation's going to have to speed up this Georgia team, and Kirby Smart in particular, when he was at Alabama, was a huge emphasis on special teams, especially on punt block. He just knows how much that can change the momentum of the game. Overloaded the right side right there, and they just had more guys coming than we could block. The offense is going to have to respond right here. We got to start moving the chains, eat up some clock, get a little rhythm going on the offensive side of the ball.
Alabama so far with 20 yards of total offense. Georgia with just 53. But again, the turnover in special teams with the block punt, a key play early. We said those would be a factor as Latsier Brooks will watch the kickoff from Woodring sail over his head and through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 Alabama from their own 25-yard line. And frankly, that's an area we didn't think of with turnovers, but it is a takeaway and a changer in field position.
Well, got to stack some first downs on top of one another right now and get some sort of rhythm offensively.
Alabama will break the huddle with A.K. Deere, the freshman, to the left of quarterback Ty Simpson. 2 wideouts left, including a tight end. They'll bring him in as a lead blocker, handing off to Deere, who gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a couple of yards. Not a lot more than that. It'll be 2nd and 8 upcoming. Raylan Wilson is the one who got the stop. He's a junior linebacker out of Tallahassee, Florida. Ryan Williams and Daniel Hill check back into the game for Alabama. Tight end to the left side is Caleb Edwards. 2 wideouts left, including Williams and Jeremy. Simpson with plenty of time checks down to Hill, who gets across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Chris Cole makes the stop, and it will be 3rd down and about 4 upcoming.
Short passing game can be well utilized by Ty Simpson in this Alabama offense in these situations. Georgia's going to get a little lighter in what they do, but the run is not out of the picture either, depending on how light the box is.
Hill checks out. We'll see Isaiah Horton check in to give Bama the extra receiver. 12 on the play clock as Williams and Brooks will go wide left for the Crimson Tide. Play clock down to 3, down to 2. We get the snap off. Simpson looking, firing, catch is made. Ryan Williams breaks the tackle. Williams to the 45, stays on his feet, and now gets pushed out of bounds right around midfield. It's a bank first down, and Ryan Williams, the 19-yard gain on the play. Great to see number 2 involved, Corey.
Yeah, finally got that monkey off his back after 0 targets last week against Auburn, but that's what he can do when you get the ball in his hands and he hauls it in. When you get him out in space, he's one of the most dangerous players in college football.
Williams out, Daniel Hill in to be the running back to the left of Simpson as Bama operates from the Georgia 49 on 1st and 10. Tight end to the right side. Hill now shifts to the right of Simpson. Brooks goes in motion left. Simpson play action, looking, has time, fires near side, and that is going to be in and out of the hands of Isaiah Horton. It was a long throw and on the money, but Ellis Robinson was able to get a hand on Horton just as the ball got to him.
Yeah, it may have been a split second too late getting there as Isaiah Horton had to come up, but Ellis Robinson did a nice job of going through Isaiah Horton's arms and knocking that ball loose.
Well, he did, because the throw was on the money, but an initial bobble and then the hit afterwards did knock it loose. 2nd and 10 Bama again from the Georgia 49. Deere offset to the left. Actually, it's Jeremy. They'll throw to him on a slant. He'll get tackled right at the 45 of the Dogs. It'll be a gain of 4, but a 3rd and 6 upcoming after the Jabari Thomas tackle.
And I think right now, if you're Coach Grove, you're thinking 2-down territory. How close can we get it to determine whether or not we go for it on 4th down? You don't necessarily have to get it all here on the 3rd down conversion there.
Is that the theme pretty much through this game?
I think so, especially once you get inside the 45-yard line.
7-0 Georgia, minute 52 to go first quarter. Alabama with a third down and a long 6. Tight end in the backfield to the left of Simpson. He's got trips to the right and a single wide out to the left. Gets the snap from the pistol. Looking, firing. In and out of the hands of a receiver. It's picked off, and he's got a lot of running room. Knocked out of bounds finally at the Bama 40, and a face mask is likely going to add yardage to it, but it was Dalen Everett who got the interception, and in trying to make the tackle, I think Bama may have gotten the face mask to add yardage to it, but another Crimson Tide turnover as that pass was just a tad behind, I believe, Isaiah Horton.
Well, I think, yeah, Isaiah Horton was the intended target, but this is a press throw. It's not there. They're playing a middle hole player.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, return team. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. First down, Georgia.
Look, the thing about this interception is you have a hole player, K.J. Bolden, coming back. Isaiah Horton actually runs behind him instead of sitting it down. I think Ty Simpson saw that and was trying to throw in the space, and you had Isaiah Horton just continuing his route, so he did not have an opportunity to throttle it down and catch that ball.
It was K.J. Bolden who got a deflection that allowed the interception to take place, but the infraction, the face mask, was on the man who was returning the football, Everett. So that'll back him up 15 yards. It's not ideal by any stretch, but it's better than it would have been. So now Georgia operates from inside their own territory around the 43. Josh McCray will be in the backfield to the right of Stockton. He's got 2 tight ends left. He's got now 2 wide receivers right. They'll hand it off, and bouncing it to the outside, or trying to on the play, was McCray, but he gets perhaps a half yard at best. London Simmons was able to wrestle him to the turf.
Yeah, they're not getting much push at all up front against this Alabama front 4, doing a nice job of not necessarily penetrating, but just stalemating the line of scrimmage, allowing those linebackers to come up hard and run support.
London Humphreys and Zachariah Branch will be the man wide right for Georgia. Single setback is McCray, as operating under center is Stockton. 2 tight ends to the left side. He'll go play action and roll right. He has got depth, the tight end, who makes the grab and gets hit right at midfield. It'll be third down and a couple upcoming, but boy, when Oscar Delp started out to his right, I thought he was going to have a lot of running room. Bama closed quickly.
Yeah, Keon Keeley came across and didn't check him up, allowed a free release, and he was wide open.
Georgia on 3rd and 3, looking, stepping up, Stockton diving. Did he get the first down? Boy, it's going to be close. I think he did. Nose of the football may have given him the needed yardage.
And I really thought he had about 10 yards up the middle. Keon Keeley came back hard as Stockton had to dive for it. That'll be the last play of the first quarter.
It will indeed. The final seconds will tick away as they do move the sticks. And Georgia will have it at the Alabama 48 when we come back to Atlanta. The Dogs get a 7-0 lead, but Bama has turned it over twice. They've allowed a block punt. They've also had a deflected pass that went for a pick. Georgia's got the lead in that column, but most importantly on the scoreboard, 7-0. We are back to Atlanta, the SEC championship game in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Game day is back, and you know what that means. Every down, every drive, and every snack counts. That's why Golden Flake is always the go-to, the real MVP when it comes to bold flavor. For over 68 years, Golden Flake has been the South's go-to snack for Saturdays. So if you want a game-winning bite, reach for everyone's favorite snacks. Golden Flake, proud to be the official potato chip of Alabama football.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Georgia with a 7-0 lead against Alabama as we get ready to start the second quarter at the SEC Championship game inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. This is Roger Hoover taking a look at the Alabama Power scoreboard earlier today in the Big 12 Championship. It was a strong win for Texas Tech, 34-7 over BYU, as the Red Raiders will be headed to the college football playoff as the champions of the Big 12, again winning over BYU 34-7. Coming up later this evening, the Big 10 Championship game in Indianapolis between second-ranked Indiana and number 1 Ohio State. And then also at 8 p.m. Eastern in Charlotte, it will be Duke against 17th-ranked Virginia for the ACC Championship. Right now, we're at the SEC Championship inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth. Feel good about your money with Alabama Credit Union. It's Georgia with a 7-0 lead against Alabama as we get ready to start this second quarter, and we'll check in with our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, Corey Reamer. Brought to you by Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Close to a first down. It looks like we will see a first down mark given to Georgia quarterback Gunnar Stockton. But what needs to happen on this drive, Corey, for this Alabama defense?
Well, it's time for them to bow their necks, get put in unfavorable positions the last couple of drives out, but got an opportunity, get a little help from that penalty right there on the interception return. This is a moment where this defense can really bow up, get a stop right here, don't allow any more positive yards, and force Georgia into kicking situation.
Georgia was -1 in turnovers coming into this ball game. Alabama +8, but it's the Dogs that get 2 takeaways in the opening quarter, and that is certainly the difference right now.
100%, especially with, you hate the block punt that results in a touchdown, but the interception, you're threatening there with an opportunity to put points on the board yourself.
Frazier in the backfield as Stockton operates for the pistol. They'll hand it to him. He'll run to the right side. He'll get to the 46-yard line. Deontay Lawson comes up to make the stop. A gain of a yard, but not much more, if any.
Isaiah Faga also doing a really good job of fighting off a block and a little twist, getting right in the hole. Extremely short run. Georgia wants to be able to impose their will up front, but right now this Alabama front four giving them all they want.
Frazier in the backfield on 2nd and 9. He is to the left at the moment of Stockton, who's got a wide out left, a wide out right, and tight end seed side. They'll hand it off again, and getting across the 45 into about the 41, and the pile being pushed forward. And they'll get the first down. I'm not sure how much of that was a run and how much of that was a push by the rest of the Georgia team, but it is enough to move the sticks to the Alabama 35, and a Fritz set it down.
Man, this play looked like it was going nowhere at the start. Just a big old pile. Only a gain of about 2 or 3, but as you mentioned, he's able to stay on his feet, and Alabama can't get him to the ground.
So, with 2 tight ends left, Chauncey Bowens in the backfield behind Stockton, who works for the pistol. They'll run it left side with him, and he'll get across the 35 to the 33-yard line, or just shy of it. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Damani Jackson, who's had a couple of big hits in this game, records one there.
This Georgia front, they're moving around a lot. A lot of pullers, trying to get to the edge, a lot of counters, trying to mess with the Alabama linebackers' eyes. But we're getting great help from the secondary right now in run support.
James Smith, Tim Keenan checking in for Alabama. The veterans on 2nd and 8. Dogs with a wide out left, 2 tight ends right. They run it up the gut, nowhere to go. A big hit delivered by Tim Keenan III. The big fella absolutely leveled Bowens right at the goal, right at the line of scrimmage, Corey.
That's exactly what you want to see out of a leader on your defense, winning his one-on-one block, and just sitting there waiting to deliver that big blow. Tim Keenan making his presence known early in this game.
3rd down and 8 upcoming. Dogs 2 of 4 on 3rd downs thus far. They'll send trips to the left side. Cash Jones, who's used a lot in the passing game as a running back, is the lone setback. he'll be a lead blocker here as Stockton will keep it himself and get forward near the first down mark. Well, they kept pushing that pile again. He'll be short by about a half yard. Justin Jefferson, the middle linebacker, and I think the Dogs are going to go for it right here.
They're going to go for it now. They're going heavy package. They're going to have Nate Frazier check back in, so expect a run right up the middle. But, man, just unable, after contact, to get these guys down. He picked up an extra 3 or 4 yards, and I think if that's the case, that they're kicking a field goal.
They've got 2 men in the backfield as now Stockton operates under center. He will go with a sneak left side, and he'll fight forward for the needed yardage. He got a full yard. They only needed about a foot, and that'll move the Sticks for another first down. High red zone opportunity now for the Dogs as they work from the Bama 23.
Well, they just collapsed the left side of the line, and Yante Pierre was a good 3 yards extended past the tight end, and so Gunnar Stockton recognizes that voided area and just kind of floats over there to the left.
Strong side left. Now they shift it to the right side. Receivers are in tight, barely outside the hashes. They bring one in motion. Stockton will roll the pocket. He'll fire near side, and again, a big hit leveled on Nate Frazier, and he's slow to get up again. Yante Pierre is the one that leveled him, and boy, he's a little better for wear there, but Frazier's taken 2 major hits in this first half.
The throw had to occur quick because James Smith penetrated and got in Gunnar Stockton's face so quickly. All he could do was try to hit his outlet in the flat. And right now, Nate Frazier saying, no more play action.
That's right. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Dogs with 2 men wide left, 1 wide right. Stockton from the pistol. Looking, firing, has a man, catches made inside the 10, down to the 4-yard line. Dylan Bell, the senior, makes the grab. He found a little seam and was able to fight his way inside the Bama 5. A 19-yard pickup sets up 1st and goal from the 4.
Well, we dropped 8 into coverage, and it's just a matter of time, only rushing 3 before a quarterback can pick that defense apart. So Dylan Bell, as you mentioned, is able to find a huge voided area and move the Sticks once again.
Frazier in the backfield to the left of Stockton, shifts now to the right. They got a strong side right with a single wide out to the left side. Stockton will keep it. No, he's going to hand it off, and there's nowhere to go. In fact, losing a yard on the play after the hit by Isaiah Faga was Frazier. And nowhere to go there for him. He'll check out, replaced by McCray, as they'll have 2nd and goal from the 5.
Last time in this situation, Georgia did an end around with a wide receiver trying to get to the edge because they're having a hard time running the ball between the tackles.
They will bring McCray in to the left of Stockton, who operates from the pistol. They have had movement. We did back them up 5. They ran it up the middle, but the whistle had already blown. And a 5-yard step off upcoming. There were a little not scuffle, but words exchanged. And face mask to face mask between Georgia and Bama players, but cooler heads have prevailed, and we'll back them up and have 2nd and goal from now around the 9-yard line. 3rd penalty, 30 yards on Georgia. That's the only column where they're not winning right now. 7-0, and they're trying to add to it. But now at the 10 where they'll spot it. 2nd and goal from there. Stockton gets the snap, quarterback draw, gets to the 10, gets to the 5, and he's knocked down there or just shy of it. It'll be 3rd and goal, and boy, Bama looking for a big play right here.
Yeah, forcing a field goal would be huge by this defense after the turnover and giving up a couple of 4th down conversions there. Not sure what to expect here. You got to apply a little bit of pressure. You can't just let him sit back there and read against a zone coverage.
Bowens will be in the backfield. They bring in Branch, one of 3 wideouts, in tight to the left side. A single wideout to the near side of the formation. Alabama with a 4-man front, 4 linebackers. Stockton looking, firing across the middle, caught, touchdown, Georgia. It was late developing, but Dylan Bell, who had the 3rd down grab earlier on the drive to get them inside the 5-yard line. Catches this one in the end zone, and Georgia has taken a 13-0 lead with 8:43 to go here in the second quarter of play in Atlanta.
Well, we elect not to bring pressure, and then you have both of your middle linebackers kind of going out towards a zone hook coverage, and that leaves the middle of the field wide open. Now, Keon Sabb is thinking he's going to wrap around me, so he forces him to the inside and just beats him across his face.
Extra point attempt upcoming from Woodring. On the hold from Stockton. Good snap and spot. The kick is up. And it's good as well. We got a timeout on the field with 8:43 to go in the opening half. Here in the second quarter, it's Georgia 14, Alabama nothing. They have turned 2 turnovers into touchdowns. That's your difference in the ball game at the moment. We'll see if Bama can flip the script when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is back, and you know what that means. Every down, every drive, and every snack counts. That's why Golden Flake is always the go-to, the real MVP when it comes to bold flavor. For over 68 years, Golden Flake has been the South's go-to snack for Saturdays. So if you want a game-winning bite, reach for everyone's favorite snacks. Golden Flake, proud to be the official potato chip of Alabama football.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's the SEC title game. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
This is Jack's country, and on game day, nobody shows up empty-handed. Make a winning play with Jack's Catering. Hand-breaded chicken fingers, crispy fried chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and all the southern sides your crew craves. Whether it's a game watch or a family get-together, Jack's brings the flavor that scores every time. Order now at eatatjacks.com or on the Jack's app. Jack's, all about the South.
With Marathon Rewards, you can save up to $1 a gallon, and you'll earn every time you refuel. So when you stop in to fill up your tank, you're also banking rewards at the same time. And it's a little move we like to call the Tank and Bank. And to be frank, joining Marathon Rewards couldn't be more straightforward. I guess now that makes it a frank Tank and Bank situation. Sign up online, from our app, and even at the pump. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
Georgia 14, Alabama nothing with 8:43 remaining in this second quarter. Before we go any further, why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Again, the score, Georgia 14 and Alabama nothing with 8:43 remaining in this second quarter. The Crimson Tide offense about to take the field after we saw Georgia score another touchdown that was set up by the interception prior to that. So it's Georgia kicking off to the Crimson Tide with, again, the score 14-0 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Roger, thank you very much. Well, Tyler, Alabama's got work to do, obviously, but first things first. Quit handling the football.
Amen to that. Take care of the ball. That was a key to victory, obviously, coming in. Always is. When we don't turn it over, we're pretty doggone good. When we give good opponents opportunities, especially good offenses, you're putting yourself in a hole, and that's where Alabama finds themselves. But, look, a lot of football left to play. We knew it was going to be a 60-minute game. But right now, this Alabama offense needs to respond.
With Georgia, 60-plus is the way it can often go, as kickoff from Woodring will sail through the back of the end zone. No chance for Lonzier Brooks to return that one, even if he wanted. And so the Tide will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Bama had driven into Georgia territory on their last drive, and unfortunately, a deflection resulted in a pick. And the Dogs were able to ultimately turn that into another touchdown, same as they did after a block punt in the first quarter. Danny Lewis Jr. in at tight end for the Crimson Tide. A.K. Deere, the running back, to the left of Simpson. Tide will swing it out right quickly to Ryan Williams, he's got a first down. He's got more, and he gets knocked out of bounds just shy of midfield. It's the only thing that saved a touchdown there for Georgia as Bama just about busted one.
Should have been a 3-yard gain, and instead he's able to use a little stiff arm and get to the edge, and as you mentioned, just ran out of sideline. Otherwise, he's hitting his head.
21 yards on the pickup, a bank first down, and Georgia's going to call a timeout, I believe. Well, they want to review.
They want to see if he stepped out earlier.
Yeah. Either way, Kirby wants to slow things down. That's his biggest concern. And we can't hear the official, unfortunately. But we do know that he was telling us there's a review. And looking at it, it was very close. Very close. We'll see as it continues on.
Definitely have a first down.
Yeah, you got a first down.
So the ball's going to be around the 38.
Yep. And it depends, did the heel hit or not? Plays under review, and each one presented by Ziegler Meats. Pick up the same Ziegler Jumbo Frank served in Bryant-Denny Stadium at your local grocery store. Ziegler Meats, a tradition of great taste for over 90 years and proud to be the official hot dog of the Crimson Tide. At the moment, they've got the ball placed at the Alabama 46-yard line. We'll see what they opt to go with here. That's the ruling on the field, is that Ryan Williams got to the 46. That catch puts him over 600 yards receiving on the year with 4 touchdowns.
He's just repeating what I said. So the ball's at the 38. They probably put an extra second or 2 on there.
Well, apparently they have spotted him back at the 38-yard line. So Daniel Hill in the backfield to the right now of Simpson, who operates with Horton. Bernard to the right side of the formation. And now Jeremy will shift to the left, joining a tight end, and I believe Lonnie Brooks to the left as well. Bama taking its time, but can't wait any longer. They get the snap off just in time. Simpson, with time in the pocket, now has to scramble, look, and throw it out of bounds, incomplete. Georgia, good job covering downfield.
Yeah, it was great coverage downfield. And look, Georgia's going to stay in a 2-safety high, so you're not going to get any deep shots. They're really wanting to make sure that Alabama doesn't beat them across the middle of the field. But good protection up front. Ty just chose to throw left. He goes right. Probably has Daniel Hill coming out of the backfield wide open for a big gainer.
So second down and 10 with trips left now for Alabama. Fort comes in motion to the right side, joining Caleb Edwards to balance things out. Hill's in the backfield with Simpson. Ty looking to throw. Looking, checks down, and it's knocked down by the Dogs. One of those big linebackers, Quintavious Johnson, who had come up from the left side of the line of scrimmage. 6'4", 255 from here in Atlanta. Got a paw up, swatted it down, and now it's 3rd and 10. Bama only 1 of 3 on 3rd downs so far. Down 14-0 with 7:41 to go in the second quarter. We need a 10.5-yard play plus right here. Simpson with an empty backfield, directing traffic. Now gets the snap. Pressure coming. Fires left side. Incomplete. He was trying to connect with Latsier Brooks, but there were 2 dogs chasing him. DeMello Jones was the man either chasing him or chasing Ty Simpson in the backfield. Not sure which it was.
Didn't really do a nice job of picking up the little twist up front. Gino Vandermark, that left guard position, sucked down and did not pick up the wrapper coming around the outside. Forced Ty Simpson to get rid of it a little quicker, although that was well defended by Georgia.
It was Zayden Walker who was putting pressure on him, so Bama will have to punt it away. And this time, a good high spiraling kick by Dowd that will be fair caught right at the 20, and the Dogs will have it. First and 10, Zachariah Branch calling for and making the fair catch. So, with 7:29 to go in the second quarter of play, a big defensive series upcoming for Coach Kane Womack's defensive unit. the coordinator for the Crimson Tide. We'll see how they fare when we come back to Atlanta. 14-0 Bulldogs here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is about big plays and big energy, but it's also about the little things. It's about the energy of a community coming together to cheer for our heroes on the field, the tireless work that goes into every game from the front gate to the 50-yard line, and making memories that last a lifetime. Alabama Power knows that dedication makes all the difference. That's why we're here to keep you moving with reliable power and the programs that help you save. Now that's big. Alabama Power, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up, yeah. Everybody knows how to get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
From fajitas and gumbo to grilled fillets and fried fish baskets, U.S. farm-raised catfish is the ultimate ingredient for bringing people together. It's also low in calories, high in protein, and let's face it, just really, really good. Reel in the compliments with crowd-pleasing recipes from our friends at Sweet Grown Alabama. Trust me, you can't go wrong with their simple, delicious ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Learn more about U.S. farm-raised catfish today at sweetgrownalabama.org. That's sweetgrownalabama.org.
7 minutes, 29 seconds before halftime in Atlanta. It's Georgia with a 14-0 lead over the Alabama Crimson Tide here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Once again, Corey Reamer is our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, brought to you by Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today to give pests and termites a full court press and break out of here as Alabama again trailing 14-0 against Georgia. Corey, we've seen some good stops from Alabama in this game, but especially Georgia's been able to move the chains 3 for 6 on third downs in this ball game. Time for some stops on this drive.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, they had opportunities with the penalty on the interception return. Didn't get pinned back too bad when they were put in too bad a field position, but it's definitely time for this defense to get a stop, create some turnovers, do something whenever they get the chance. Give this offense some life right here. Get a huge stop, get the ball back with 7.5 minutes left to go. This would be a perfect opportunity to create some havoc for this Georgia offense.
Bulldogs will face the Crimson Tide's Edric Hill, Tim Keenan, Jordan Renaud, and also I believe Keon Keeley up front for the Tide. Yonze Pierre, Justin Jefferson at linebackers. Deontay Lawson as well. Dogs with Jones in the backfield, but they'll run a receiver left side. He stumbles and then keeps his footing and gets across the 30. Dylan Bell, the man who had the touchdown grab earlier on a receiver sweep, if you will, that time, able to pick up first down yardage, a gain of 12 on the play.
Yeah, it just happened so quick, and because of a little play action, Yonze Pierre playing that edge has to respect the run up the middle, and that allows Dylan Bell to get outside of him. Then you're worried, then you're relying on scrapers and DBs coming down and run support.
They're playing with some tempo now, a little play action. They'll check down and get it to the man out of the backfield, Frazier, who had his head on a swivel as he made that catch. He's been popped twice on checkdowns, but was able to get his head turned and move upfield for a gain of a couple on the play before Deontay Lawson and company are able to get into the turf.
Devontae Jackson makes the open field tackle, did a really good job of getting the big running back down to the ground. He's playing good so far.
He has indeed. Frazier again in the backfield. They've got trips stacked right, and now we'll bring one of those in motion to the left side. That's London Humphreys. They'll throw a screen to the receiver right side, who spins off one tackle and gets across the 35 to about the 36. Justin Jefferson gets credit for the tackle, and Deshaun Lee there as well. Jacoby White-Helton is the man who made the grab.
Boy, Red Morgan came up hard, and that would have been a tackle for a loss if he'd have been able to wrap up. Instead, third and medium. Got to get off the field.
Yep, third down, about 6.5. Jones in the backfield again. Big play here in this second quarter, 5:46 to go before intermission. Georgia the ball in a 14-0 lead in their own territory. From the pistol, Stockton looking, firing deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. A missed route right there for somebody for Georgia. Branch was the closest dog, but he was no closer than 15 yards. And Bama forcing Georgia to punt it away.
Yeah, Corey, that's a disguised sack right there. Gunnar Stockton thought he had pressure when he did not.
Yeah, we had all guys lined up at the line of scrimmage before that ball was snapped. No safety help over the top, and you bail right there at the snap. Red Morgan with good coverage was in good position. That ball was sailed because it had to come out so early because the look we gave.
Cole Adams deep, standing inside his own 20-yard line as Thorson is on to punt it. He is not allowed a return yet, and won't allow one right here as the fair catch is called for and made right around the 25-yard line by Adams, the Owasso, Oklahoma native, after a 40-yard punt that may have carried 40 yards in the air as well. Timeout on the field. 5:24 to go in the second quarter. Bama's been really good offensively in these spots earlier in the year. Let's hope that trend continues here in the SEC championship game. Trailing 14-0 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
The SEC title is on the line. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Roll Tide fans, this is Roger Hoover. Join me and former Alabama quarterback and football radio analyst Tyler Watts each Monday night at 6 p.m. for Crimson Tide Rewind. Live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Vestavia Hills, we'll rewind the last Bama game and look ahead to next Saturday for the Crimson Tide and the rest of the SEC. Crimson Tide Rewind each Monday at 6 p.m. all across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets, so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Alabama football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's go Crimson Tide. SeatGeek.
Alabama trailing Georgia 14-0 with still 5:24 remaining in this second quarter. Alabama getting the football back as the Crimson Tide will have 1st and 10 on its own 25-yard line. And Tyler, we talked in the pregame about Ryan Williams. We've seen him so far today. 2 catches, 33 yards, 33 of Alabama's 63 yards in total offense so far in this game.
Yeah, right now he may have the hot hand. And so if everything's equal, Ty Simpson probably needs to start looking his way a little bit more often if he's starting to feel pretty good. Got to take advantage of this opportunity here with 5.5 to go before halftime and put points on the board. Doesn't matter if it takes 5 minutes, doesn't matter if it takes 1. Got to score a touchdown.
Alabama with Simpson in the huddle at quarterback, breaks it now with A.K. Deere in the backfield behind him. He'll operate under center with trips to the right. Tied in to the left side of the formation. Parker Brailsford directing traffic at center. Georgia will shift to the right side. Their offense, or the defensive front, I should say. Play clock just now down to 10. Is coming in motion will be Ryan Williams to the left. Stretch handoff goes to Deere. Makes one man miss and then fights forward to about the 28-yard line. C.J. Allen, the inside linebacker, getting credit for the stop after a first down pickup of 3 yards.
Nice cut in the hole, though, picking up positive yardage here, setting yourself up on 2nd and medium. Now look for Alabama to get a little more aggressive.
Formby is the right guard with Carroll the right tackle for the Crimson Tide. Vandemark goes to left, or is at left guard, with, of course, Proctor at left tackle, the mainstay for Alabama. Two wideouts in tight to the left. Wide out, wide right for Alabama. Here's Williams in motion. Handoff to him. He'll make a man miss. Spinning. Gets across the 30 and tiptoes up near the 32-yard line. It'll be third and short from there. Third and a couple upcoming for Alabama.
Yeah, big third down right opportunity here. You know, this play, once again, absolutely nowhere to go except to the edge. And Ron Moses is able to use a little spin move and pick up positive yardage. Got to get this.
Third and a couple. As we're under 4:20 to go in the second quarter. Bama down 14-0. Daniel Hill to the left of Simpson, who gets the snap. He'll check down to him. It was a bad pass beyond his reach, incomplete. And Bama will have to punt it away.
Those are the plays you got to make. You got to make them in these situations. There's a great pick by Jeremy Bernard going in on the middle linebacker, setting up a little spot route. And Daniel Hill would have ran for about 15 yards had this ball been thrown right on his shoulder pass. Problem with a running back is you cannot lead them. You have to throw it to their pads because they're not receivers.
Time to do it. So Bama has to punt it away. Branch, the deep man for Georgia. Here comes pressure again, but this time Dowd gets it away, and it's a booming kick that'll be fair caught around the 18-yard line. So with 3:59 to go in the second quarter, Georgia's getting the ball back following a 49-yard punt from Dowd. Frustrating there. Bama's not able to get a first down and move the sticks, and Georgia will have possession, but hopefully the defense will force them into another 3 and out.
Well, it's about winning first and second down, and that's been so important. Alabama has been pretty doggone good on first down. Second down, giving up a couple of yards after contact, but very critical for them to force a punt here.
Single setback is Frazier to the left of his quarterback. Shifts now to his right. Stockton will throw it left, trying to set up a receiver screen. He'll go from the right to the left to the catch, drag it across the middle, and getting to about the 25-yard line. That's Branch, who really did a nice job of weaving his way through traffic before Bray Hubbard got him down, and that's going to be enough for a first down, I believe, for the Bulldogs. Very close.
So many times your defensive line goes in pursuit, but they're going downfield. So when a receiver cuts back hard against the grain at the line of scrimmage, he is a lot of times able to get outside of containment.
Well, a guy went flying. It almost looked like a block in the back. I don't know if it was or not, but it definitely wasn't called, even if it was the case. They'll set up a screen right side. That's to the near side of the field, and a good job of getting him to the turf. That's Dylan Bell, who was brought down by Damani Jackson. But again, good first down yardage with the clock moving to the 3-minute mark right now. Frazier in the backfield, but receiver stacked to the right. Handoff will go to the man in the backfield, and he will get forward near the 40. That is going to be a stop for Jordan Renaud after the carry from Nate Frazier. But it is enough to move the chains again. And the clock will continue to move with 2:40 to go in this second quarter of play, and Georgia looking to add to a 14-0 lead over Alabama, the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Single setback is Bowens. He is deep in the backfield, almost back in punt formation. They'll go stretch handoff to him. He got a big running start, but didn't get much running room past the line of scrimmage. Yeah, a yard. He ran 15, it looked like, straight ahead before he got the handoff. A slight exaggeration, but he had a long way to go just to get to the quarterback.
London Simmons and Justin Jefferson clogging up that hole awfully quick.
We get to the 2-minute timeout here in the second quarter of play.
2-minute timeout.
14-0, Georgia leading Alabama when we come back to Atlanta on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Remaining in this second quarter. It's Alabama trailing Georgia by a 14-0 score at the 2025 SEC Championship game. Bama fans, after another Alabama victory, drop by and celebrate at Full Moon Barbecue. Now with 16 locations, there's always one near you. It's the best little pork house in Alabama. Join us coming up in 2 minutes of game time for the Full Moon Barbecue halftime report. But between now and then, Corey Reamer, our Cook's Pest Control sideline reporter, we need to see a stop from this Crimson Tide defense against Georgia.
Yeah, there's not a more critical time in this game right now. Getting a stop before going into halftime. You're down 14-0. Georgia's come out. We had them pinned back deep with a good punt earlier. Georgia's been able to move this ball out close to midfield, and they're not doing anything, crazy. They're just trying to run between the middle, not having success, but they're finding ways to get the football out on the edges. A lot of screens, tunnel screens, and not being able to get these guys on the ground, get some one-on-one good open tackles, but it's not until they've already got 6, 7, 8 yards on the play. Stevens is going to have to be aggressive right here and try to create some negative plays for this Georgia offense and force them into a punting situation. Do not let them cross the 50 right here.
Yeah, you know that Georgia will probably be aggressive right here trying to pick up this first down and then really try to run the half out with an opportunity to go for a touchdown or kick a field goal. So you cannot give up another first down if you are the Alabama defense.
Also, Georgia doesn't have to be overly creative right here, Tyler, because they've got the situation they would be happy with going to the locker room up 14-0. Yeah, they want more, but they've already won what they needed to win, which is get ahead in the turnover battle and get points on the board off of it, and not just 3. They've gotten 2 touchdowns.
Well, but they won't be content just running the ball twice because Alabama has 3 timeouts. We'll call a timeout with a negative play or no gain on this play, setting up a 3rd and long situation. So they're going to try to push the ball down here and probably maybe see a quarterback draw once again, setting up a 3rd and short. But they have to pick up this first down.
So Alabama will have Faga along with Edric Hill up front. Also out there now for the Crimson Tide, you got Justin Hill. Thank you, Roger. Keon Keeley along the front also. Rolling the pocket. Stockton looking to throw. Now he's just going to run and dive forward and get what he can. It's going to be 3rd and a couple upcoming. That's a good veteran move right there.
It was. They floated the zone out of the play action to the heavy package, and nobody went with a quarterback, so he took what the defense gave, sets up a 3rd and about 4. We don't call the timeout. Want to see if we can force the punt here and save these.
Georgia's 3 of 7 on 3rd downs, and they've got 3rd and just over 2 yards upcoming. Stockton with Bowens deep in the backfield again. He's the lone setback behind quarterback who works under center. Rolling the pocket, he'll throw it down to him, and he's going to be brought down shy of the first down play of the year from Justin Hill. What a job by that young man, the Wolf linebacker, a freshman from Cincinnati. I didn't think he had a chance of stopping him shy of the first down mark, but able to wrap him up, get him to the turf, and save the drive. Corey, what an outstanding play from the freshman.
Yeah, unbelievable. Puts his foot in the ground, doesn't go from too deep in the backfield on the play action right there. Able to track the running back down out in space. Give him a little rodeo tackle right there. Get him down, not let him fall forward.
And what was crazy, it was almost a horse collar, but he was able to keep his hands on the outside of the jersey and utilize that to pull him down. As you mentioned, that's a tough tackle against Chauncey Bowens, a running back coming out of the backfield.
What do you expect to see right here? Georgia, well, they are going to punt it.
Defense, listen, your defense is playing great. They have not given up consecutive first down all night long versus this Alabama offense. But tell you, with just a minute to go, this is really where Ty Simpson over the course of the year has played well. Now they are going to go for it.
They are indeed. They made Alabama bring its punting unit on.
Or at least try to draw it.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Take your time, defense. Substituting out.
4th and a foot. Stockton Going to go hard count. Yeah, they're just trying to draw us off, I believe, and it will be a timeout called by Georgia. That's a smart move on their part.
Why not?
Georgia. It is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
You run the clock out in the first half if we do jump at a minimum.
Right.
But good job by holding your water on that defensive front. We were prepared for that.
Kane Womack was out there really pleased with his defense. And Kayla DeBoer, the head man, also pleased with what he saw. And now the offense should get another chance.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. The only thing I wish Alabama will get better at on these late substitutions by your opponent is us taking our time getting out on the field as well. Sometimes we rush too much.
Thinking you got to hurry and get in position.
You have to hurry that they're going to snap the ball, but you can't do that at this level.
That's right.
And those refs will hold that snap until everyone is on the field ready to go.
Man, Georgia's showing like they're going to go for it again. They sure are. They sure are. I formation for the Dogs. They'll go handoff left side. They'll get a first down, and thankfully no more than that. But they do move the sticks. Thought Georgia was going to punt it, but Josh McCray with Robinson, the fullback, running interference, is able to pick up the first down and move the chains. And so with 1 minute ticking time left in the first half, Georgia will extend its drive as they convert on the 4th and a foot. Stockton getting the snap, looking, and the ball's tipped into the air, and it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Well, James Smith was about a step away from being able to recover that interception. I think it was Nikhil Hill-Green that was able to get his hands up. Really the first time all night we've been able to pressure Gunnar Stockton in a passing situation.
That would have been outstanding. I'm not so sure that one wouldn't have been picked off by Xavier Brown if Green doesn't get a handoff. He had his eyes on that one. Looked like he was ready to step in, but obviously no way whatsoever for Green to know that. So, 2nd and 10 for the Dogs. Again, from just outside the Bama 45. They'll run it left side with Jones, and he's going to be brought down. And Bama, I think, is going to use a timeout here. Jordan Renaud getting the stop, and no, Bama's not going to use one here. Georgia with 32 seconds and ticking. Time left. 3rd down and 9 for the Dogs. Pressure coming from the edge. They throw it away, and that ought to be an intentional grounding call. It is. He was in the pocket, and there was nobody there wearing a white jersey.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the tackle box, and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage.
Come on.
There wasn't either one.
I'd love to see that again, and we're about to.
Well, we brought...
Please set the game clock to 21 seconds.
Man, that is a generous interpretation of that. Some might use another term. We'll be polite and go generous interpretation of being outside the pocket. So now they will punt it away with 21 seconds to go before halftime. This will be a high end-under-end punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 8-yard line again by the sure-handed Cole Adams. And Bama will likely just take a knee right here to end the half. We're going to get the ball first to begin the 3rd quarter. And on the 9-yard line, I doubt we get cute here with 15 seconds to go.
It's just tough. You don't want to have a negative player, an interception, and all of a sudden they're in field goal range. You sure do hate to waste any opportunity, though, in a game like this.
Especially when you're down 2 scores. Well, we're going empty backfield at the moment. I think we may try a one-on-one on the edge against these DBs. Ryan Williams will come in motion in the slot. We're not taking a knee. He's going to throw it down to the tight end. There's a flag down. Let's see, Simpson got hit in the end zone. Pritchett made the grab.
I'm hoping it's not holding.
Boy, you and me both. Because if it's a hold in the end zone, that's a safety.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 64. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 9. The fouls will offset Remains first down.
Mercy. Let's take a knee. Yep. They went low again on Ty Simpson, kind of a recurring theme here the last 2 weeks.
That's where the roughing penalty comes from.
And then Michael Carroll had the hold on the right side.
Tell you what, we're lucky because he beat Kate Proctor.
Yes, he did.
And Alabama will indeed take a knee in the first half. Will come to a close. Coach DeBoer at the half is brought to us by T-Mobile, the best mobile network in the U.S. according to Ookla speed test. And down in the end zone, Coach DeBoer will talk first, I believe, with television. He will. Holly Rowe waiting as Coach DeBoer gets there, and then our Corey Reamer will talk to him. But Tyler, a quick thought from you on the first 30 minutes.
I think the biggest thing is you hadn't played well offensively at all, and you got to get in there and regroup. And Ty Simpson has got to get sharper in the passing game of putting the ball where it needs to be. Needs a little bit of help. We've kind of abandoned the run game here because we've been down 2 scores and just kind of gotten away from it. But listen, this is a suffocating defense in the secondary for Georgia. We got to find ways to be creative and be methodical moving the football down the field. I think the defense is playing good. Gave up a couple of big plays, but really only one scoring drive on the evening for them.
Here's Corey with Coach.
Coach, defense did a good job right there getting a stop right before half. Massive play right there. What's your thoughts so far in this first half?
Yeah, defense has been playing really good. Short field on the block punt. And then with the the interception, the interception got good field position there. So got to find some rhythm in the offense, and there's plays to be made out there. We got to go make them.
Appreciate it, Coach. Roll Tide.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Corey. And again, thank you to T-Mobile for bringing us Coach Kalen DeBoer at the half. 14-0 though. Georgia with the lead over Alabama at intermission. The Tide does get the ball first to begin the third quarter of play. When we come back, Roger Hoover will take you through the first half numbers. Glad you're with us. Wish the news was better, but we're hoping for better things to come here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
We're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hi, this is Coach Kalen DeBoer. Coke Zero Sugar is the Coke taste you love with zero sugar. Try it today and roll Tide.
At Alpha Insurance, our goal is to be your MVP, providing you with the most valuable protection. That means saving you money on home, car, and life insurance, and providing championship service from a helpful hometown team. Call Alpha for your insurance needs today, and let us show you why we consistently rank among the top insurance companies in the Southeast for customer satisfaction.
Bomb Hours Victory Grill has introduced an all-new holiday menu to help you make your holidays legendary. This festive new menu is highlighted by 3 delicious holiday favorites, including Papa Bomb Hours Almost Fried Turkey Platter, featuring the signature Almost Fried Turkey breast, sliced and served over cornbread dressing, topped with gravy, and served with homemade green beans and garlic mashed potatoes.
This is the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little pork house in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Allstate, you're in good hands. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Alabama Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. And by Ford, proud partner of the Crimson Tide. The Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report starts now.
Halftime in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the SEC Championship game. Our score, Georgia 14 and Alabama nothing. Welcome in to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. I'm Roger Hoover. Here are the game's stats and facts from the first half. First of all, the team stats for Alabama: 70 yards of total offense, 53 passing yards, only 17 yards on the ground for the Crimson Tide. Alabama did not commit a penalty in the first half. Meanwhile, for the Georgia Bulldogs, 168 yards of total offense, 80 through the air, 88 on the ground. Georgia penalized 3 times for a loss of 30 yards in this first half. Time of possession, Georgia 19 minutes 59 seconds in the first 30 minutes. Alabama only possessed the football 10 minutes and 1 second in the first half. Individually for the Crimson Tide, Ty Simpson, the quarterback, 5 of 12 passing, 53 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception in the first half. Leading rusher for the Crimson Tide was Daniel Hill, 3 carries for 9 yards. His longest was a 5-yard rush for Alabama in the first half. And again, Alabama only 17 yards rushing in the first 30 minutes. Then for the Crimson Tide, Ryan Williams was the top receiver in the first half, 2 catches for 33 yards. His longest was a 20-yard catch, as he has 2 catches on 2 targets so far in this game. For Georgia individually, Gunnar Stockton, 12 of 17 passing, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions for the Georgia quarterback. Stockton, also the leading rusher for the Bulldogs, 7 carries for 32 yards in the first 30 minutes. Top receiver was Dylan Bell, who also had 2 carries for 19 yards on the ground, but Bell, 3 catches for 32 yards, 1 touchdown, including a 19-yard grab for the Georgia receiver, Dylan Bell. Looking defensively, Deontay Lawson, Keon Sabb, Justin Jefferson, and Bray Hubbard all tied for the lead with 4 tackles for Alabama, 2 tackles each for Raylan Wilson, along with Ja'Cory Thomas and then Xavier McLeod for the Georgia Bulldogs. Our score at halftime in Atlanta, it is Georgia with a 14-0 lead over Alabama. The Domino's Drive for Dough is presented by your locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on the first drive of the second half, Brad Whitley of Tuscaloosa will win a gift card for the amount of yards in the scoring drive. Enter to win on the RolledTide.com contest page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner. In football, there's always a winner and a loser, but when it comes to great Southern barbecue, there is only one winner. Full Moon Barbecue, voted one of America's top 10 barbecue joints, and now with 16 locations to serve you. You're listening to the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Reports with the Crimson Tide down 14-0 at the break against Georgia in the SEC Championship game. Up next, we'll check scores from around the country with Jet Ainsworth at our studios giving you a look at the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Once again, in Atlanta, our score at halftime at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Georgia 14, Alabama nothing. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through January 5th, 2026. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
It's Alabama and Georgia for the SEC Championship. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game days across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned and operated in Tuscaloosa for over 30 years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama football and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round and enter our weekly Drive for Dough contest this football season. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Visit RollDominoes.com. Thanks from Domino's and Roll Tide.
Hey Bama Nation, welcome to Shoe Station, your go-to destination for top brands and trending styles you love. With more than 100 stores across the Southeast, you'll find over 30,000 styles from Hoka, Birkenstock, Hey Dude, Brooks, Crocs, and more. Whether you're gearing up for game day or casual comforts on campus, Shoe Station has the perfect pair waiting. There's always something new to explore, so find your nearest Shoe Station and shop the latest arrivals. Stop by today and see what's waiting for you.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university. Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
We're at halftime at the SEC Championship in Atlanta. The Alabama Crimson Tide trailing Georgia 14-0. I'm Jet Ainsworth. This is your Alabama Power Scoreboard update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. We'll take a look at some of the action around college football conference championship games playing today, and also some championship games from last night, including the American Championship. Tulane, 11-1, playing host to North Texas, who also came into the game 11-1. Both teams ranked in the top 25.
The clock winding down. The fans storm the field for the second time in 4 years. If you come at the Kings of the American, you best not miss. Tulane back on top, and they are going to the college football playoff.
That's Corey Glore with the call from Learfield. Tulane goes on to beat North Texas in the Mean Green 34-21 last night to win the American Championship. In the Sun Belt Championship, it was James Madison. They improved to 12-1. They blow out Troy 31-14. Kennesaw State was a winner. They win Conference USA by knocking off Jacksonville State 19-15 in Jacksonville, Alabama. Also, Boise State was a winner. Their third Mountain West Championship in a row. They beat UNLV.
Broncos sitting at 2nd down and 2. The ball is on the UNLV 7. Capel's in motion. Madsen looking to throw. Madsen back in the end zone, wide open in the back corner of the end zone. Cam Bates, third catch, and the Broncos lead it 20-0.
Bob Baylor with the call. Boise State 38, UNLV 21. Again, the third straight Mountain West Championship for Boise. Alabama's halftime highlights are presented by Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. Of course, no points on the board in the first half. Not much to speak of on offense, but Ty Simpson and Ryan Williams did hook up on a pass play.
Play clock down to 3, down to 2. We get the snap off. Simpson looking, firing, catch is made. Ryan Williams breaks the tackle. Williams to the 45, stays on his feet, and now gets pushed out of bounds right around midfield. It's a bank first down, and Ryan Williams, the 19-yard gain on the play. Great to see number 2 involved, Corey.
Hopefully a good sign to come for the second half. Again, Bama trailing Georgia here at the half, 14-0. On the other side of this break, we'll take a look at some of the games that are already in the books for today in conference championship action, as well as some that are on tap for a little bit later on this evening. Alabama's halftime highlights presented by Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. Do dip with Hellman's and do no wrong. I'm Jet Ainsworth. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
T-U-S-C-A. Tusker Life. It's the Tusker Life. T. Tranquil waters. U. Unforgettable trails. S. Scenic shores. C. Carefree days. And A is for amazing discoveries waiting for you. Make your way to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to start living the Tusca life. Plan your trip at visittuscaloosa.com. That's visittuscaloosa.com.
Get power to spare with a Honda generator for the ultimate tailgate experience. Honda gives you economical, portable power when and where it's needed most. It's perfect for powering a TV, crock pot, blender, or a variety of other party favors. And best of all, these gasoline-powered generators all have easy-starting, dependable Honda engines. We'll get the party started and keep it going. Get turned on to a reliable Honda generator. It's perfect for the ultimate tailgate experience.
Bama, the Bulldogs for the SEC title. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
We're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar is always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hi, this is Coach Kalen DeBoer. Coke Zero Sugar is the Coke taste you love with zero sugar. Try it today and roll Tide.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Live from the Learfield Network Studios, this is the College Scoreboard.
This is your Alabama Power scoreboard update with the latest scores from the SEC and around the nation. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Already a handful of games in the books. Conference championships decided. The MAC championship was played at Ford Field in Detroit. Western Michigan is the champ. They knock off Miami of Ohio 23-13 earlier today. Also, the Big 12 championship was being played today. Texas Tech, they were 11-1. BYU, they were 11-1. Something had to give. Was it going to be Brigham Young winning the Big 12? Or for the first time in 71 years, would it be Texas Tech with an outright championship?
4th down and 1. Morton from the shotgun, going to throw it. Right side, it's caught by Aiken. He stays in bounds, heads downfield to the 10, cuts back 5, touchdown Red Raiders. That will do it.
Brian Jensen with the call from Learfield. All that Texas Tech needed from there was to watch the seconds tick down.
And for the last time, the snap back to Mitch Griffiths, and that's going to do it. What a great scene. The Red Raiders have won the Big 12 championship. Victory bells will ring in Lubbock starting now, as the final gun has been sounded and the stage is being rolled out to the middle of the field.
A win by BYU would have thrown the college football playoff into chaos. Didn't happen. Texas Tech wins. They are 12-1. They knock off BYU today 34-7. Also, a little bit later on this evening in the ACC championship in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium, it'll be 17th ranked Virginia. They're 10-2 on the season. They will take on 7-5 Duke for the ACC title. And then late tonight at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, the Big Ten title will be up for grabs. Number 1 Ohio State, they're undefeated. They're 12-0. They'll take on 12-0 Indiana, ranked number 2 in the country. And for the first time in school history, the Hoosiers are in the Big Ten championship game. Here's the head coach of Indiana, Kurt Cignetti, on his matchup with the Buckeyes.
They're good. That's why they're number 1 in the country. Least amount of points, least amount of yards, red area defense. Great on 3rd down, 4th down, 30 sacks, give up 70 yards rushing a game, 130 passing. And they're dominant on offense. obviously.
Signetti also added to this matchup with Ohio State.
Playing a great football team, a lot of great players across the board, dominant, really haven't been challenged this year. I guess you could say Texas, who scored a touchdown with 3 minutes to go to make it 14-7. And Michigan got off to a good start, but then, Ohio State took control. So, other than the Texas game, they've got 3 18-point wins, their closest games, but in all those games they were in complete control.
On the other sideline, Ohio State head coach Ryan Day talks about his counterpart, Kurt Signetti.
The first thing that jumps out to me is how hard they play, how well they're coached. They play fast. They're explosive team. And just watching them on film, they just run through everybody. I mean, they're just the scores and the way that they play. They're very efficient and really done a great job. To your point, I think they're in Coach Signetti's ability to get this thing turned around. Look at his record the last 2 years since he's been there. And a lot of people make comments about what he said about Google him, but Google him. Look at what he's done. I got a lot of respect for what he's put on the field and what he's done.
The Big Ten Championship kicks off at 7 o'clock Central. Next up, the second half kickoff with Chris Stewart, Tyler Watts, Roger Hoover, and Corey Reamer. Now let's give our Crimson Tide affiliates an opportunity to identify themselves. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. I'm Jet Ainsworth. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through January 5th, 2026. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
My name's Houston, and I'm a student athlete here at the University of Alabama. I had a friend who had an unfortunate diagnosis. He was diagnosed with leukemia, and the cancer just spread.
Millions of Americans still need cures. That's why United for Cures is asking you to help support patients and keep medical research funded.
Cures are out there. We just got to fight for them.
Share your story at unitedforcures.org/Alabama.
As respected industry leaders, we're here.
Working hard for you.
In an effort to provide you with
excellence in sports medicine and orthopedic patient care.
Excellence in research and education.
And excellence in sports injury prevention.
We are here serving as team physicians
for your favorite teams.
Like the Alabama Crimson Tide.
We are here for you.
Aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Andrew Sports Medicine, trusted orthopedic surgeons of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This has been the Full Moon Barbecue Halftime Report. Full Moon Barbecue, the best little pork house in Alabama. Alabama football is also brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. Now let's go back to the stadium for the call of the second half. Roll Tide.
Back in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the 2025 SEC Championship game. It's Georgia leading Alabama 14-0 as we get ready to start the third quarter of action. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you back inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth, proudly serving Alabama communities for over 67 years. Crimson Tide will get the football to begin the second half, and don't forget the Domino's Drive for Dough, presented by your locally owned and operated Domino's in Tuscaloosa. If Bama scores on its first drive of the second half, Brad Whitley of Tuscaloosa, Alabama will win a gift card for the amount of yards in the scoring drive. Enter to win on the RolledTide.com contest page to be the next Domino's Drive for Dough winner. Crimson Tide currently trailing at 14-0 to Georgia as we get ready to start the second half. The largest comeback in SEC championship game history is also 14 points. It was back in 2018. It was the Crimson Tide coming back and defeating the Georgia Bulldogs in this building back in 2018. And Alabama-Georgia meeting 4 times in SEC championship game history. In all of the previous games, all Alabama wins. Georgia had a lead at some point in that ball game. Right now it's 14-0 as we get ready to start the third quarter. And on the call, the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Roger, thank you so very much. And also a special tip of the hat to you for all that you juggled and handled in pregame, a marathon pregame show that had a lot of twists and turns that were not planned that you handled fantastic. But Tyler Watts, Alabama needs to make the most of getting the ball first to begin this third quarter.
You're telling me they got to turn things around quickly. Defense only gave up 168 yards total to Georgia. The problem is we didn't have a whole lot at all, and I'm wanting this up, throwing it away.
They do that as Georgia will kick off into the end zone. Another deep kick there that carries 5 yards deep, and Bama will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line, starting this drive. A very important one as it relates to this SEC championship game. Cannot afford to give it away to the Dogs, as they'll probably look to do more ground and pound if at all possible if they've got 14-0 advantage. Bama will go with Daniel Hill as the single setback and start with Simpson under center. Coming in motion to the near side will be Bernard. Bama's going to roll the pocket right, dump it off to Latsier Brooks, who gets wrapped up and knocked out of bounds. A gain of about a yard on the play. Rayshawn Dinkins is the man who stayed right there with him and was able to ride him to the boundary after a gain of only about a yard and a half.
Dinkins, young freshman who's gotten more and more playing time over the last couple of weeks for Georgia. Right now, the Georgia secondary really closing quickly, not confused by the misdirection. Alabama's going to have to push the ball down the field.
Trips right, including Ryan Williams, who is in between Lonnie Brooks and his tight end, Caleb Edwards. Derek Meadows is wide left, and here comes the tight end to the left side as well for Bama. Play action. Simpson looking left, now looking deep, has to scramble. He's being chased, trying to buy time, fires downfield. It's incomplete. It was in the vicinity of Latsier Brooks, but it's incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. I mean, that's a nice play just to get to 3rd down and keep it at 9.
It was. Georgia brings 5. You'd think we'd be able to find somebody open relatively quick. It was good protection up front. Daniel Hill steps up, gives nice protection. Ty's got to find that open guy, even if it's only 5-6 yards downfield.
So on 3rd and 9, Hill to the right of Simpson, who works from the pistol. 2 wideouts each side for Alabama. Getting the snap, looking, now scrambling, being chased, and is sacked back at the 16-yard line.
All the routes were about 5 to 6 yards past the sticks. The yard to gain. They showed pressure, backed out of it, only brought 4, and are still able to get home. Didn't really layer the routes or anything. It was just little scissor routes as though we were expecting a different coverage.
Here is Dowd on to punt. He'll stand at his own 3-yard line. 39-yard average. You factor in the block. Dowd will get this one away. It is a high, wobbly kick that'll be returned. They get it to the 40, to the 45, across midfield and into Bama territory at the 40-yard line. A nice return from the Dogs and Zachariah Branch, who was able to return it for about 15-plus yards on that play. And so it'll be Alabama coming out defensively as the offense did nothing, going 3 and out. And
already in the hole. Justin Jefferson banged up on the special teams, having to get some help getting off the field. That's not good.
That's not good at all. Need him and
boy, Alabama's been so bad offensively in the first possession of the second half, it seems, all year long, and didn't do a whole lot there. Now defense once again backed up.
Operating from their own 40. They're very slowly walking Jefferson to the sideline and taking him to the 10. Justin Hill, who had a big stop late in the second quarter, has checked into the ball game to replace him, and he'll be to the right side defensively. In coverage on a receiver, they'll hand it off, and Nate Frazier will get a yard, but no more, to the 39 of the Crimson Tide. Hole was there, but it closed quickly. Nakai Hill-Green getting the stop.
Man, he stepped up in the hole, took on an offensive lineman, shed him, and got off to the left to make a short gain.
So 2nd and 9 upcoming. .52 and ticking. Time left, third quarter. Bulldogs with a 14-0 lead and the ball. Play action. Stockton looking, brings it to the near side. Catch is made by Frazier, and he is hit and knocked down after a gain of about 3. Keon Sabb there to make the hit for the Crimson Tide. Dejon Lee's going to check in as Xavier Brown will come out. He is holding his left hand, it looks like, in some pain. Trainers are looking at him. On 3rd down and 3.5 for Georgia. Stockton looking, firing left side, catch is made, hit is delivered, but a first down is gained by a couple. Branch again making the grab. Georgia very methodically moving the sticks and putting it at the Alabama 27-yard line.
Well, it's an easy pitch and catch there. You find them in this soft zone. Red Morgan slips coming out of the break. Zachariah Branch just goes and settles down. It's about 5 yards right at the chains. Easy conversion.
From the 27 of the Crimson Tide, the Dogs will go with trips to the near side of the field. Stockton pump fake to the right, now brings it to the near side. That's a nice back shoulder catch made by Lawson Lucky, the junior tight end. He's got it inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from right there for the Dogs. A 19-yard pickup.
It's like a play action, and then they fake the little screen pass and slip Lucky Lawson down in a soft zone coverage. Easy catch.
18 yards officially. And according to Butch, I'm the one that messed it up. So from the 9, it'll be first and goal Bulldogs. Two receivers left. A couple of tight ends left. Frazier in the backfield. They throw a slant. It's knocked down. Nice job by Nakai Hill-Green to swat it down with a paw. And Alabama breaks up 2nd and 10, Corey.
Yajay Pierre coming off the edge right there, forces Gunnar Stockton to get that ball out in a hurry. Nakai Hill-Green doing a good job of elevating, get his hands up and knocking that football down.
Good thing he did also. The little RPO, Talon Taylor was the intended receiver. It would have been a touchdown.
2nd and goal from the 9 for the Bulldogs. 10:53 time left here in the third quarter of play. Stretch handoff, goes left side, running room, and an easy walk into the end zone for Nate Frazier. They blocked it perfectly. Not a hand went on him, and it's a 9-yard carry to give Georgia a 20-0 lead over Alabama here in this SEC championship game.
Not a whole lot been going on good for Georgia in the running game. They've really had to work hard. But now, as this defense has been on the field the majority of this football game, a little counter play right here. You pull your right guard Glover. He kicks out. Nakai Hill-Green and them are not able to scrape down the line of scrimmage. Keon Sabb cannot get over the top. Easy touchdown.
On to try the extra point. Woodring. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick, and a good performance for Georgia to start this third quarter as they did in the first half. They stretched that lead out to 21-0 over Alabama. Work to be done when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Need some stocking stuffers for the holidays? Baumhower's Victory Grill has you covered with their gift cards and signature sauces. Now through December 24th, get a $5 bonus card with every $25 in gift cards purchased. And spice up your holidays with Baumhower's famous signature sauces. And check out Baumhower's new soon-to-be-famous sauce box for only $24.99. Go to your local Baumhower's or order online at baumhowers.com under the Shop tab. Baumhower's is also happy to announce that these sauces are now available in several grocery stores throughout Alabama.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through January 5th, 2026. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. I can make a sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven. Everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Kanaka sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Back in Atlanta with still 10:47 remaining in the third quarter. Georgia now in front 21-0 against Alabama as we're coming to you from inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth, proudly serving Alabama communities for over 67 years. Well, the Crimson Tide 3 and out on offense on its first possession. Then Georgia, after the punt return, able to use the short field and grab a touchdown to go up 21-0. Tyler, what can get this offense going for the Tide?
You got me right now, man. I mean, Ty Simpson may have to become a check down Charlie and just continue to run the receivers downfield and be content hitting the running back or tight end coming out, because you can't hold on the ball too long against this defensive front. Can't abandon the run. Still a lot of football. But, man, we've only had 3 first downs all night. I mean, you just got to find a way to move the chains.
Jeremy Bernard, 2 targets, 1 catch for 4 yards in the first half. Ryan Williams, 2 targets, 2 catches for 33 yards. Isaiah Horton, 3 targets, 1 catch. A tough first 30 minutes, and Bama really no better on its only possession so far in the second half. But we know this is an offense that's capable of getting things done in a hurry. We need them to show it right here. A lot of time left, but it is trending the wrong direction. Georgia's more excited about there being a lot of time left at the moment than Alabama is, based on how this game has gone for the first 34-plus minutes. Short opportunity now for Brooks to the 10, to the 15, and actually shy of it. He'll get brought down, and his helmet gets ripped off. I thought it got knocked off initially, but then I thought, well, maybe it's pulled off. Either way, no flags on the field, and Alabama will be in familiar starting territory inside their own 20. In fact, inside their own 15. Need somebody to make a play and get things flipped, because
his helmet didn't come off on its own. I just saw the replay.
Yeah.
That face mask. So what? I'd like to see this offense getting rhythm over having that call.
So, with A.K. Deere in the backfield to the right of Ty Simpson. He'll operate from the pistol with man in motion Isaiah Horton joining Williams to the right. They'll hand it off to Deere, cutting it up, and he'll get across the 15 to about the 17 or 18-yard line. Raylan Wilson making the stop for the Dogs, but not until we get 5 on first down, and we'll absolutely take that. In fact, give us 6 yards on first down.
Able to get to the edge, positive yardage on first down, something we haven't seen a lot of.
2 wideouts left, 1 right for the Crimson Tide. Simpson, plenty of time on the play clock. We'll get guys to shift. Lewis, the tight end, to the right. Jeremy and Ryan go right. And his running back, A.K. Deere, is to the right as well. Busted play. Simpson's going to just slide down.
Hey, he could have at least got back to the line of scrimmage. He gave himself up too early. Throw it away, yeah. Throw it away. Get back to the line of scrimmage. Now you got a 3rd and 10.
A.K. Deere, the freshman running back, went the wrong direction. And that resulted in a loss on the play.
And as a quarterback, if it's an intended handoff, what you're supposed to do, if the back screws up, you go where he was supposed to go. You become the runner.
3rd down and 10, Alabama. The line of scrimmage at their own 13-yard line. Daniel Hill in, replacing Deere. Play clock down to 5. Williams goes right. We get the snap. No, we got a flag. And boy, Simpson got hit in the backfield. And now Kalen DeVore's livid that there wasn't a late hit. Gabe Harris is the one that knocked Simpson to the turf.
Start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
So you heard Daniel Gotro, and now Kalen's livid with the officials, and I don't blame him. That's a dead ball. Everybody knows it.
And he didn't even have the ball.
No.
He didn't even have the ball. Ball never got snapped.
And he lowers the shoulder in the process. Now, Grant, he could have hit him harder, but he hit him hard enough. It should have drawn a flag. 3rd and 15. Bama back inside their own 10, down 21-0. Here nearing the midway point of the third quarter. Simpson from his own end zone, looking, firing it out right side. Catch is made by the freshman tight end. Knocked out of bounds around the 20-yard line. That was Marshall Pritchett who made the grab, and Chris Cole delivered the hit. It was a gain of about 12, but we needed 15 to keep the drive alive, and Alabama's going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, he's trying to work the ball down the field to Ryan Williams on about a 12, 15-yard out, but he was well covered up. Felt he needed to get rid of the football quick, so he pitched it down to Pritchett. Admirable job trying to get to the first down marker, but that penalty really hurts you.
Branch standing back at his own 35, awaiting the punt from Dowd. 39-yarder his last time. Fair catch called for and made at the 34 here. And Butch tells me it's a 46-yard punt. And we'll keep it right here as Alabama. Actually, we won't keep it here. I'm sorry. Timeout coordinator a little late getting out there, so we'll take the break with 8:12 to go in the third quarter. Georgia a 21-0 lead and the football when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's the SEC title game. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Huddle up, football fans. Tailgate season is here, and nobody gets you ready for the game like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Swing by your local Academy store or shop online at academy.com to find everything you need, from grills to jerseys and more. Don't forget to stop by our newest store in Birmingham on Highway 280. Fun can't lose, and neither can you. Gear up today at Academy Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
What's up, Alabama? This is Ryan Williams reminding you that the best offense against termites, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. I run routes and make catches on the field, but off the field, I trust Cooks to catch what I can't. Fast, precise, always getting the job done right, just like me. That's pest control you can trust. Call Cooks today for your free inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cooks Pest Control.
8 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Georgia with the football and up 21-0 on the Alabama Crimson Tide. We salute our radio affiliate of the game. It's 100.5 FM in Center, Alabama. Follow the Crimson Tide Sports Network on Facebook. Tell us where you're listening from for a chance to win 2 free meals from Jack's. Again, a huge thank you to 100.5 FM, Center, Alabama, for carrying Alabama football this season. Now let's go down to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Corey Reamer, brought to you by Cooks Pest Control. Call Cooks to score superior protection from pests and termites. Corey, not only does defense needing stops in a time like this, but also field position important with the Alabama offense trying to get going.
Yeah, this seems like one of those possessions in the game that's going to define the outcome right here. It's massive, down 21-0 at this point. 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Ball's almost, already at the 40-yard line, 35-yard line. This is one of those where you either got to create some turnovers or get a quick 3-and-out and get this offense back on the field to try to find some rhythm. They haven't been able to find it most of this game. This defense has been playing well, been putting some bad spots, and not had a lot of time to sit on the sideline and get much rest, but they got to come out here ready to go. Second drive of this second half.
And unfortunately, they do so without two of their key starters, Justin Jefferson, middle linebacker, and Xavier Brown left on that last series due to injury, and neither have come out as they run a sweep left side with the receiver, and he is going to get stacked up and will not gain any yardage. Dylan Bell was the man on the carry, and half the Bama defense hit him, led by Nikai Hill-Green.
All kinds of misdirection on this play. It's almost like they faked a toss sweep to the right side of the line of scrimmage, then did an underneath handoff to Dylan Bell coming around to the left side. But good job of recognition by Deontay Lawson.
Dogs on 2nd and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Get the snap to Stockton. Looking, pressure coming. He'll step up in the pocket, trying to make a man miss. Gets knocked down after he crosses the 40. Tim Keenan III got into the deck, but not until he picked up about 8 yards, and that is a big scrambling play to give 3rd and short.
Nikai Hill-Green had him dead right in the middle of the hole, and that's just unfortunately great gutsy effort by Gunnar Stockton. Manageable 3rd down situation now instead of 3rd and long.
Rusaw had a hand on him in the backfield, couldn't get him to the turf, and then I believe you said Hill-Green is the one that whiffed on him as he started ahead, but now 3rd and a couple for the Dogs with Bowens in the backfield. They'll go play action to him. They're looking for the deep ball. They fire, and it's going to be caught actually underneath the tight end, making the grab near the boundary, and there's a flag down. I believe it's going to be a hold, maybe on Georgia. Let's see. Tim Keenan III saying it's on the Dogs. Might not be a hold, maybe a hand to the face.
Hands to the face. Offense, number 63. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
We need every one of those. Boy, that was going to be a 1st down, and instead it becomes 3rd and a bunch, and Tim will check out. He's the one that took the hand to the face. They lifted his face mask, his helmet right off. That was a clear and obvious penalty there. So 3rd down, and what do we got? 17 upcoming for the Dogs. They've got to get to their own 45 to extend the drive. They'll take their time with the play clock under 15 seconds. 6:35 and moving. Time left 3rd quarter. Georgia up 21-0. Facing a 3rd and 17 right here from their own 28. They'll fire. Catch is made, but it's shy of the 1st down by about 5 yards. So they got a lot of it back, but they'll still have to punt it away on 4th and 5. It was Bell who made the grab, and Bama had good coverage there and will force the Dogs to punt. But again, they get some of that yardage back.
And that's important yardage also from a starting field position standpoint. We've only crossed the 50 once tonight. And now, because of the short field, Cole Adams is probably not going to get an opportunity to return this.
So Adams standing back with his heels a half yard shy of the 15. We'll wait on the punt from Thorson. Another missile from him. He's going to act like he's waiting on the catch. It hits at the 1 and thankfully bounces into the end zone. Heck of an acting job on the part of Cole Adams as he pretended he was trying to field the punt, but it carried 59 yards and into the end zone. The Tide will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Down 3 touchdowns here in Atlanta. When we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The SEC title is on the line. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Alabama football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's go Crimson Tide. SeatGeek. Planning a tailgate in the quad before the big game? Watching with friends at home? Sack the stress of what to serve and make Foosackly's part of your game plan. Whether you want to roll on through the drive-thru or order from the Foo app, we've got you covered. Our hand-battered chicken fingers, house-made sauces, and gallons of fresh squeezed lemonade are the perfect play call for your party. So, before kickoff, remember that football starts with Foo. Foosackly's, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It's Georgia with a 21-0 lead against the Alabama Crimson Tide in this 2025 SEC Championship game inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. In the Crimson Tide, we'll get the football here. On the Georgia 20-yard line, offensively, Alabama 74 yards of total offense, 66 yards passing, 8 yards on the ground, a few minus plays just a moment ago for Ty Simpson. Tyler, when you look at the offensive line for Alabama, how are they performing in this ballgame, either trying to get the run game going or give Ty time to throw?
Well, it's kind of been frustrating. They hadn't held up great against the pass rush. However, a lot of that has to do with missed opportunities on earlier downs. You know, previous possession there, you pick up 6 on first down, you take a 4-yard loss, then a false start, and now you're just behind the chains once again. And now that you're down 21 points, you almost have to abandon the running game, which is something you don't want to do, which is now the defensive line, linebackers can kind of just get after you. They're not concerned about the run, so they're just pinning their ears back, getting after you.
And that defense is about as good as they're getting after you as anybody when they can do that.
And the second thing is they're playing real fast right now. All of our short passes, they're rallying it to it quick. We'd like to push the ball down the field, but the receivers are not creating separation.
So Simpson back to the huddle with Hill as his running back. Ryan Williams wide right. Dalen Everett is the man who will try to guard him. They do have a safety roll that direction. 2 wideouts left for Alabama. Now coming in motion will be Isaiah Horton. Play action. Simpson looking, brings it near side to Hill, and that is going to be caught. But as he caught it, he was falling down because the throw was low, and he only picks up 4 yards.
And I thought they had the shock play right there. Ryan Williams did a stutter and go about 15 yards downfield and beat his man, his cornerback, Ellis Robinson. Had a step or two on him. That was an opportunity for a big play.
Simpson again with the running back to his right in Hill. Hands it off, and he will fight forward, and he's going to get close. No, he's not. They're going to spot him back at the 26-yard line. I thought he's got a lot more forward progress than that.
Only got about 2.5 yards.
Yeah. So they're going to spot him there, and it'll be third down. And a good solid 3 yards to go. Bama only 1 of 7 on third downs today. Two wideouts right, 2 left with Hill on the left side of the formation. Empty backfield at the moment for Simpson. 8 to snap it, gets it away, looks near side. Hill with a catch, stretches forward. He is going to back up, and I don't think he's going to get the first down.
He did. He accidentally stepped out of bounds about after a yard gain. I thought he was able to tightrope that sideline and would have been enough for the first down. You got to consider going for it here, don't you? No, it looks like they're going to punt it. Another 3 and out. Yeah, he got through the initial tackler, but his momentum carried his right heel out of bounds about 3 yards shy.
It's our 5th 3 and out offensively. Here comes the punt, and again Dowd booting it away. It hits around the 35-yard line of Georgia, and the Dogs will have it 1st and 10. From right there. This has been the worst offensive output for Alabama, albeit against a tremendous defense from Georgia, but far below what we're accustomed to seeing from the Crimson Tide.
Look, it's a good defense. There's still plays to be made, though, and we're just not making them. Well, the defense has to step up once again, you know, and they got their backs to the walls. They're going to have to start forcing 3 and outs from here on.
9 more minutes time of possession for Georgia. They'll run it up the gut, and they got a lot of room. And Bama's starting to look a little winded defensively as that one gets up to the 45. A 9-yard carry. Nate Frazier with carry there, and they ran right behind their backup center on that play. Again, we talked about it, the fact that their starter, Drew Bobo, is out. But right now, they've got Malachi Tolliver, a second-year freshman, who's doing the job well at the center spot. 2 wideouts left, single setback as they operate under center. Stockton, straight handoff, and they'll cut it back and get enough yards for the first down as we're nearing the 3-minute mark. In fact, we hit it right now. Still a 21-0 Georgia lead.
And right now they're just doing zone, and they're cutting it back to the backside. Deontay Lawson has taken away the initial hole, which is leaving a huge gap. We're just not getting off blocks up front, shedding those things. Deontay Pierre did a much better job of throwing his guy to the side and making that tackle.
1st and 10 Georgia as they hurry to the line of scrimmage now. And a whistle and a flag, and procedure is going to be called against Georgia.
False start. Offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Tyler, I'm a little surprised. They got things going their way, and then they just hurry to the line of scrimmage and get a procedure call.
I tell you, I guarantee you right now, Kirby Smart's message on that sideline is finish these guys off and embarrass them. So they are not letting up. They're not worried about clock. They are trying to impose their will on us right now, and you just can't allow that to happen.
My point is simply that they're somewhat doing that without getting in a rush.
Yeah.
Back them up 5 yards. They run it left side on that receiver sweep again. Dylan Bell, the man that was coming around, and was able to pick up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 10. Bray Hubbard making the stop for Alabama.
Mikal Hill-Green also doing a good job recognizing that, getting out to the perimeter as well. He was in there on the tackle. He and Red Morgan.
They'll spot it at the Georgia 48 as the clock's under 2 minutes to go. Now in the 3rd quarter. Single setback, Frazier. They'll hand it to him, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage. In fact, in the backfield, Justin Hill records the stop for a loss of a couple on the play. And it'll be 3rd and long for the Dogs. A 3-yard loss, actually, all the way back to the 45.
Not sure if he just didn't get blocked or if he shot that gap, and he was almost untouched, making the tackle for a loss. 3rd and long here.
Absolute must for Alabama's defense here. Cash Jones into the game for Georgia. Single setback as Stockton gets the snap, throws, checks down to Jones, and he'll get run out of bounds. Justin Hill again making the play. Boy, he's been a bright spot. Actually, Cam Calhoun, the one who made the stop. Number 9, not number 8. So Cam made the hit and will force Georgia, presumably, to punt on 4th and 6.
Of course, Cam got kicked out of the Auburn game, so
targeting call.
Yeah, good to see him back in this ball game, making that big stop.
30 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. Moving rapidly, and unfortunately, with Bama down 3 scores, 21-0. But back at his own 9-yard line, waiting on the punt, is Cole Adams. High end-under-end kick. Adams, fair catch called for and made right at the 9-yard line. So Alabama, which presumably has started every drive somewhere in that general vicinity, will start off again 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line, but trailing this one by a score of 21-0. 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. And Alabama has yet to get 100 yards of total offense. 72 through the air, only 10 rushing. Simpson with a single setback, Hill to his left. Sends Bernard in motion to the right side. He's the only man to that side of the formation. 2 men are wide left. Simpson back in his end zone, looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket, now fires. He's got a man. He's got a first down and all the way up to the 30-yard line. Caleb Edwards, a big gainer as the third quarter comes to a close.
This is the end of the third quarter.
So 3 quarters are in the books, and the 21-yard pickup is, I believe, easily the biggest play from scrimmage for Alabama in this game. Hopefully a pulse. We need one. With a tie down 21-0, heading to the fourth here in Atlanta on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is about big plays and big energy, but it's also about the little things. It's about the energy of a community coming together to cheer for our heroes on the field, the tireless work that goes into every game from the front gate to the 50-yard line, and making memories that last a lifetime. Alabama Power knows that dedication makes all the difference. That's why we're here to keep you moving with reliable power and the programs that help you save. Now that's big. Alabama Power, proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
It's Alabama and Georgia for the SEC Championship. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Each Wednesday night, join us for Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Crimson Tide coaches and players. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all Alabama athletics and CTSN social media platforms. Hey Coach, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. all across the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Roll Tide. At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Welcome back to Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We get ready to start the fourth quarter. Georgia leading Alabama in the SEC Championship game 21-0. Roger Hoover with a check of the Alabama Power scoreboard update. Earlier today, Texas Tech picked up the win 34-7 over BYU in the Big 12 Championship. After our game is complete, we will see the Big 10 Championship in Indianapolis. Number 1 Ohio State against number 2 Indiana. Also at 8 p.m. Eastern, it'll be Duke taking on 17th ranked Virginia. The ACC Championship played in Charlotte, North Carolina. Right now, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, as we come to you live inside the Alabama Credit Union broadcast booth, proudly serving Alabama communities for over 67 years. Let's go down to the field to our Cooks Pest Control sideline reporter Corey Reamer, brought to you by Cooks Pest Control. Call Cooks to score superior protection from pests and termites. Corey, it was great to see a first down for the Crimson Tide on the last play as this offense tries to find a spark.
Yeah, they're going to put it into a different gear right now. Get some fourth quarter. You're down 3 scores. You got to get moving quickly. It's tough to wait till the end of the third quarter to get your biggest play from the line of scrimmage, but it is a positive start if this team wants to get back in this ball game.
Tim James and Deontay Lawson were in the huddle with the offense, trying to get them motivated, saying, we ain't out of this sucker yet. Let's get something going right here.
Do indeed have to get something going, and it's got to end in 7 for the Crimson Tide. 15 minutes left for the SEC title. Daniel Hill, Isaiah Hort, Ryan Williams on the field for Alabama. It's Hill in the backfield as Simpson gets the snap. Looking, checks down to Daniel, who fights forward, gets hit, and stopped at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 7 or 8 on that play.
Check down Charlie, that's what you got to become. If they're going to take away the deeper routes, you got to know where your outlet is.
9 yards on the pickup. In motion, the tight end, Edwards. And now Simpson looking, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Way back around the 30. And flags coming in. I think it's going to be on Georgia. Wow. Dead ball unsportsmanlike, possibly against the Dogs. We'll take it. You see what the conversation is right now. Isaiah Horton was reacting as if it was on Georgia.
Hopefully he didn't touch him first and it'd be all setting.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. First down, Alabama.
DeMello Jones, the man who was guilty of that, and that is a huge step off, giving Alabama the ball at the 45-yard line. 6 penalties, 65 yards for the Bulldogs in this one. First and 10, Alabama. From their own 45 with 14-10 remaining and the tie to the wrong end of a 21-0 score here in Atlanta. Simpson getting the snap off just in time. Pressure coming, ball's in the air. It is caught by the tight end on the deflection, and boy, there's a huge break for the Tide. It could have been picked. It could have been a sack. Instead, it's a bank first down, 13 yards. Caleb Edwards caught the wounded duck out of the air and took it to the vet.
And Dalen Edwards came off the edge. Caleb just kicked him and then released. I think it was supposed to be a little angle route, but Ty Simpson held on the ball a little long.
First and 10 in Georgia territory for the only second time tonight. The throw to Hill right around the 40 to the 39, maybe even the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 or 4. C.J. Allen making the stop. Bama's having to work for everything, even the nickel and dime stuff.
Georgia's doing a good job keeping everything in front of them. They're playing deeper than we can get downfield, and there's nothing there.
Second down and 7 for the Crimson Tide. Hill to the right of Simpson. 2 wideouts each side of the formation as we're hitting the 13-minute mark now. Swings it out to Hill, who took his eye off the football. A couple of throws have been off the mark, but that one was right on Daniel Hill's number, I believe, and just turned to go upfield before he had it secured.
And we were trying our best not to change personnel so that we could hopefully wear down that pass rush for Georgia. But now on third down, we'll go ahead and change out so they'll get fresh guys along the front. Definitely in 4-down territory here. You just can't take a negative play.
Bama just 1 of 8 on third downs tonight. 2-down territory when you're down 21-0. Bernard was in the backfield. Now goes to the left side of the formation. Tight end Jay Lindsey's in the backfield. Now Simpson throwing off his back foot. Looking and trying to come back. And we got a break right there. Pass interference is going to be the call. He was trying to connect with, I believe, Williams.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
DeMello Jones is the one who is guilty of the penalty. 2 15-yard step-offs have been massive in aiding Alabama, keeping this drive alive in a must-have situation.
I didn't think Ty had a lot of pressure in his face, and Ron Williams is able to get over the top of Jones, but the ball grossly underthrown once again.
I thought he was having to throw it off his back foot, but right now it's first and 10 Bama, high red zone situation just outside the Chick-fil-A red zone. Simpson looking, firing towards the end zone, off the hand of the intended receiver. That was Lottie Brooks. Throw was a tad high, but well defended by Dalen Everett. And Brooks wasn't able to get a second hand up there to try and bring it in.
It's still a good read, though. It was ball was thrown where it needed to be on the deep post. Had Pritchard coming along, holding up the other safety. Would have been a tough catch.
It would have been. Wasn't a bad throw at all. Just would have been a tough catch because it was defended so well.
Needed Isaiah Horton.
You're exactly right. Second down and 10. The line of scrimmage, the Georgia 23. Coming in motion, Edwards, the tight end. Simpson looking, throwing the fade. Left side has Williams, but it's broken up. Great job on the part of Ellis Robinson, the 4th. Who got a hand up and knocked it away at the last moment.
Boy, just a fade route here off the go, and Williams creates separation, and that ball got right up in his chest, and that's just a drop.
Yeah, it was a drop. You're right. You're
Ron
exactly
Williams
right.
has done such a good job all night long of being able to get open, but these are the plays all year that have plagued him. Ball hits him right in the chest, and he drops it for the touchdown.
And a perfectly thrown ball given the coverage that he had right there. We miss an opportunity. Third down and 10. Simpson. Looking, pressure coming, fires, catch made. Bernard trying to make a man miss. He's going to fight forward. He's going to keep his feet. 10, 5, touchdown Alabama. 23 yards. A heck of a scramble play by Ty Simpson. The catch by Jeremy Bernard, and the number 5 found the end zone for 6, and the Tide is on the board finally, trailing 21-6 here in the 4th.
Corey, a little tunnel screen from Jeremy Bernard coming, motioning out of the backfield. Heck of a job.
Yeah, it was, and what a perfect play call, too, because Georgia brought about 6 or 7 guys on the left side of our line of scrimmage. Ty was able to escape the pressure and get that ball out in Jeremy's hands, and then he just a phenomenal job of not getting tackled and just breaking away and finding his way into the end zone. But Georgia was bringing the house right there.
Extra point attempt, good. Jeremy Bernard with a pair of stiff arms en route to the 23-yard touchdown after the catch from the throw from Ty Simpson, capping a 9-play, 91-yard, 2-minute, 37-second drive. That again brought to you by Brombergs. Alabama on the board, trailing 21-7, but with 12:33 to go here in the 4th on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus the front 7. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
From Bart and Joe Willie to Mac and Tua, this is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
12:33 to go in this football game. It's Alabama trailing Georgia 21-7 in the SEC championship game. So again, 9 plays, 91 yards, 2:37 off the clock on our first Bromberg scoring drive of the game for the Crimson Tide. And Tyler, nice to see that drive, even with some help from Georgia penalties. Still nice to get in the back of the end zone.
I was just about to say they aided us as much as anything with the two penalties that were extremely costly. The pass interference and the personal foul after the play. However, we took advantage of it. Ty Simpson looked a lot more comfortable. Caleb Edwards, a couple of big catches, and then Jeremy Bernard able to cap it off. Will, we needed that.
Did we ever?
So whatever Tim James and Deontay Lawson said to that offense, it worked. Now they need to go out there, and we got to be perfect defensively from here on out.
Kick it off. Connor Talty approaching the football, and this one will sail into the end zone and through the back of it. And Alabama will come out with Tim Keenan III. Don't see James Smith out there at the moment. But Georgia will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Edric Hill, Keon Keeley, as Nate Frazier's in the backfield to the left of his quarterback, Gunnar Stockton. He shifts to the right. They've got trips to the right. They'll roll the pocket to the right. Stockton will fire it out. They got a 5-yard pickup, and Moore is making the grab and turning it upfield for a gain of about 7 on the play is Zachariah Branch. He's had a big night catching the football. That's his 4th grab.
Yeah, just flooded the route right there, and he's able to get over next to the sideline, Zachariah Branch is, and then turn it back upfield, pick up even more yardage. So now they'll just run it.
2nd down and 3. Frazier deep, about 7 yards, as the quarterback operates under center. Stockton, strong side right, will go play action, look to his right, pump fake, fires, catch is made by the tight end, and he's going to be out of bounds. That is Oscar Delp, the senior from Cumming, Georgia. Makes the grab, and that'll move the sticks for a 1st down as the clock continues to run. 11:38 and moving. Time left here in the 4th quarter, and Bama down 2 touchdowns.
Bray Hubbard was on the line of scrimmage. He stepped across, and once he saw the play action, he pivoted around. His foot came out from under him. Otherwise, he'd have been able to get in Gunnar Stockton's face quicker.
Cash Jones to the right of Stockton, who now will bring a man in motion, and they will hand it to him again. No, he's going to keep it, and he will not pick up any positive yardage. Tim Keenan, a great read there, staying with Stockton. Was that just the option read with the man coming in motion?
Yeah, and Alabama did a good job of taking away Dylan Bell, so Gunnar Stockton just keeps it right up the middle, and Keenan's able to fight off his block and pursue from the backside.
Frazier in the backfield. To the left of Stockton. He'll send 3 wideouts to the left, including the tight end, Oscar Delp. 1 man to the right, and they'll bring a man initially in motion, then send it back left. Again, the quarterback keep. Stockton fighting forward, hit hard, and he will go down 3 yards shy, actually 4 shy of a 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 4. Nakai Hill-Green making the stop after Stockton gained 6.
A little counterplay there, and you use Nate Frazier as a lead blocker, taking on Deontay Lawson. Nakai Hill-Green came up and hit the quarterback hard.
From the pistol. Play clock's at 20. The game clock's at 10-10. They're in no hurry to snap this one up 2 touchdowns and leading 21-7 here in the 4th. They do get the snap off. Looking, he'll scramble left. Being chased, he'll cut it back. He'll be brought down. It's 4th down and 3, and they'll have to punt it away. Quay Russaw, the man that was hounding him there from the start.
Corey, tell where Quay Russaw started and where he ended up.
Yeah, Quay Russaw started on the left side of the line of scrimmage right there, did a little wrap game, and ended up circling all the way around to be the contained guy. When Gunnar Stockton tried to escape the pocket right there, he was sitting there waiting on him. I mean, he came from the opposite side of the field. Incredible play to stop that guy from getting the 1st down.
Here's Thorson on to punt, standing inside his 30, waiting on the snap. He'll uncork one in the direction of Alabama's Cole Adams. Gets the snap. Not much pressure. High spiraling kick and a fair catch called for and made. Back at the 80, dropped it, and he got on it. Boy, Adams had not dropped one, I don't believe, all year, and did drop that one, but got back on it in a hurry. And that will mean Alabama has to start at their own 5-yard line. So 1st and 10, Bama down 2 touchdowns. You want a silver lining? The last drive went 91 yards. So 95, not that much of a difference. 9:08 to go. Bama trailing 21-7 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here, right in time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save on gifts everyone will fight over. From sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because deep down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Planning a tailgate in the quad before the big game? Watching with friends at home? Sack the stress of what to serve and make Foosackly's part of your game plan. Whether you want to roll on through the drive-thru or order from the Foo app, we've got you covered. Our hand-battered chicken fingers, house-made sauces, and gallons of fresh squeezed lemonade are the perfect play call for your party. So, before kickoff, remember that football starts with food. Foosackly's, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
9:08 remaining in this game between Alabama and Georgia to determine the 2025 SEC football champion. It is Georgia 21 and Alabama 7. Crimson Tide will have the football on its own 5-yard line, getting ready to start. Tyler, what we hope is the drive of drives for Alabama football this season.
Amen to that. And this is the most important one. Obviously, just over 9 minutes to go in this ball game. You don't have to be in a hurry, but you do have to stay ahead of the chains. Here you are starting from the 4-yard line. Probably going to be passing an awful lot. You cannot afford to take any negative plays, and especially not a safety here backed up.
9:08 on the clock. Alabama now with 143 yards of total offense. Only 1 yard rushing officially because you got sack yardage that is counted in there. Actually, 18 yards lost because of 2 sacks by the Dogs. But it's not as if we've been sprinting up and down the field. Georgia with a blocked punt early, set up their first touchdown, and then an interception set up the other. Alabama's not forced to turn over today. William Sanders is in at left guard. Vandermark is out. Alabama working from its own end zone is the quarterback. Simpson gets the snap, looking, throws it across, incomplete. It was at the feet of his tight end, Caleb Edwards, but he couldn't wait any longer. He was about to get sacked in the end zone.
Well, he had a little pressure in his face, and he continues to throw off of his back foot. But there are certain times where, as a quarterback, you just have to be willing to take the hit and still step into that throw.
Looked like he got hit maybe as he was throwing it, but you're right, off his back foot in the process. 2nd and 10, Bama, from the 4. Simpson fires, catch is made, Bernard. He'll get to the 10, to the 11, and he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the first down marker. K.J. Bolden finally got Bernard to the turf, but Alabama's gone to him a little more recently, and that has paid off. He's got 3 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown.
Really played well here in the 4th quarter, extending plays after the catch.
Another huge 3rd down for the Tide. 3rd and a couple with 8.5 to go. Hill will come to the backfield to join Simpson. Ty getting the snap. Looking, throws across the middle, drops. It was intended for his tight end, but I think Edwards heard footsteps.
You got to go for it here.
Yeah,
unfortunately. And that was another one where you're trying to do that little delay throw to Caleb Edwards, and it gets on him right as contact is coming from C.J. Allen.
He turned his head, too. So here we go. 4th and a yard for Alabama. Inside their own 15-yard line. Simpson getting the snap. Looking, firing near side. Incomplete. It was nowhere close. Was he throwing it to Lontier Brooks?
I think he was throwing it to Jeremy Bernard, wasn't he? Or Lottie Burks, a little 5-yard out. Yeah, it was Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
Had a step on Dylan Everett. Would have been a first down right at the marker.
Throw was nowhere close.
No.
Yeah, you're right. It was for Jeremy. Boy, that's a long throw to make to that boundary. And Alabama turns it over inside the 15-yard, their own 15-yard line. Not our best effort today, boys. Alabama 2 of 10 on 3rd downs and 0 for 1 on 4th. And Georgia trying to add the final nail here. Frazier in the backfield. Stockton with trips to the left. Gets a snap. Quarterback keep. And he will get any more than a yard. He got to the line of scrimmage, more. Yanze Pierre was there to make the hit. Clock hits 8 minutes now remaining. Bama down 21-7.
We got everybody at the line of scrimmage, no safety, and they're playing man across the board, just selling out versus run, which is what you have to do. Probably anticipate some sort of play action right here with Gunner being smart with the football.
Strong side right. They got everybody in tight. They'll hand it off, and nowhere to go. Alabama able to greet him in the hole. What a hit delivered by Deontay Lawson on the running back, Nate Frazier.
Boy, he upended him. Just drove him back. Pancake tackle there by Deontay Lawson, stepping up into the hole, hitting him high, driving him down to the turf.
Tell you what, Frazier is a tough old bird because he has been hit hard multiple times by Alabama's defense today, and he keeps getting up.
Got to be a quarterback draw.
Stockton in the backfield on 3rd and 10. Pressure coming. Throw a little bubble screen across the middle. He will fight forward and get into the end zone. Zachariah Branch, a great read. Able to make men miss. 13 yards, and the Dogs with 6:51 to go now lead it by a score of 27-7.
Corey, a frustrating play because they're trying to set up the tunnel screen. If that thing goes inside, there's no gain. Instead, he stops, pivots back to the outside, and breaks containment.
Yeah, you got Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb both getting caught inside, and one receiver for Georgia able to get a block on both of them, create the tunnel for him to be able to run north and south, and there's just nobody there. Just got out-leveraged right there on that play.
Boy, Pierre, a quarter second late. You're right, there was too much traffic. Couldn't get guys to get him to the turf. And a nice play again by Branch, who's had a big game. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And after the fifth catch of the game, Zachariah Branch, Georgia now has a 28-7 lead with 6:51 to go. Timeout on the field. We're back after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales. Crimson Tide football lives here. This is Alabama Crimson Tide football from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Back in Atlanta, and that last touchdown for Georgia gives the Bulldogs a 28-7 lead over Alabama with 6:51 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Stay with us after the ball game is over for the region's fifth quarter show and post-game press conference with head coach Kalen DeBoer. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
I don't know if we can come back and win this game with only 6:51 remaining and the Tide down 3 touchdowns, but if you can make this a 1 or even 2 score no-score game, I'll feel a whole lot better come Sunday morning.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're wanting to see right now is just compete. I mean, if you're out there wearing crimson, don't give up. Continue to compete.
And again, I'm referencing improving your resume as best you can, even if it's not with a win, as far as the college football playoff is concerned. 28-7, our score. You don't want to give them a reason not to put Alabama in, as that kickoff by Thorson will sail through the end zone for a touchback. So here we go. Simpson coming out. And the Georgia fans barking a little bit, something they haven't done a lot by their standards the last couple of years. Simpson with Hill in the backfield to his right. In motion, Bernard to the left side of the formation, joining Ryan Williams. Simpson looking, firing, catch made. Jeremy going across the middle and knocked down around the 41-yard line. Bernard among those still fighting, 16 yards on the pickup. The team as a whole still doing so.
Well, you know you're going to catch the secondary in soft coverage there. A lot of zone right now. There's going to be some open holes downfield.
Bank first down for the Crimson Tide. Now Simpson again with an empty backfield. Looking, firing, catches made. Bernard again around the 49 is where they'll give him forward progress before he's brought down. And everything now is in the direction of number 5, and we'll take it.
Good protection up front also. Plenty of time for Ty Simpson to survey the field and find these open receivers.
2 men wide left, 2 wide right for Ty. Simpson looking, firing, and incomplete. He was trying to go to Bernard again, but it was broken up. And it will be 3rd down. Check that, I'm sorry. Let's see, yeah, 3rd down and about 3 upcoming. Maybe just 2.5.
Don't forget where Daniel Hill is, seeping out of the backfield. In these situations, Georgia's been letting him go. Of course, they're going to be keeping everything in front, playing that zone, eyes in the backfield, rallying to the ball.
Empty backfield at the moment for Simpson with 5:56 to go. Now he'll bring Hill to his right. Receivers to each side, even though they're not split very wide either direction. Simpson looking. Now he's going to run it. He's got a 1st down, and they're going to spot him back at midfield. Wow, they did.
Yeah, I think his knee went down. Only gained about a yard, unfortunately. Trying to push the ball down the field, understand, working in the pocket. Had he pulled it down early, he probably could have gotten it.
Bama 0 for 1 on 4th down so far. But 4th and 1 right here, right at midfield. Trying to keep hope alive in this one with just 5:22 to go, and a timeout's going to be called by Kalen DeBoer. Can't afford to have a mistake here.
Alabama, it is their first. It will be 30 seconds.
Yeah, got to get this one right.
And not a lot of time to discuss it either, as that's only a 30-second timeout. TV needs to get its 75 commercial breaks in. And then they want everybody to hurry once they've gotten those taken care of, which must be the case now with 5:20 to go.
Well, Jeremy Bernard's been the go-to guy in these situations. Ryan Williams was earlier on. Lonnie Brooks hadn't had a lot of targets. What does Georgia do? I mean, Corey, if you're playing defense right now, do you bring pressure or you sit back in zone?
I mean, at this point, I feel like you don't want to bring too much pressure. You got a little man coverage right now. Georgia going to just afford to keep everything in front of them, but this will be a huge stop to kind of probably put a nail in it in this game if they do get it. Wouldn't be shocked if they give a little blitz look, but only bring 4 or 5. It looks like they got a lot of guys lined up in the line of scrimmage right now.
Simpson with a pistol. Bama shifts strong side left and bring a tight end as a fullback as well. Simpson getting the snap. looking, firing near side, catches made. Edwards first down and more across the 45 and down to about the 42 for the Bulldogs. A big bank first down for a gain of 8.
Heavy play action, late release by Edwards. He was open in the flat for a nice gain.
Talking something over right now with
The game clock did not run on the play. Please set the game clock to 5 minutes and 15 seconds. And please set the play clock to 40 seconds. Both the game clock and the play clock will start on my signal.
So with that being said, Bama's going to hurry to the line of scrimmage. They can't afford to waste any time. Down 3 scores and only 5:15 to go here in the 4th. Simpson waiting on the snap. And gets it. Pressure coming. Ty, though, with time. Fires left side. That's incomplete.
Lucky.
Boy, extremely lucky. That was
Ellis Robinson was in man-to-man coverage on Ryan Williams, but he kept his eyes in the backfield. Knew he had safety help. He saw the throw go to Ryan Williams. He almost undercut it. Very fortunate that one got tipped and knocked out of bounds. It was actually KJ Bolden who tipped it. Otherwise, it does get intercepted. So often Ty's been reading that corner, and when he would sink, he would drill that soft right behind it where he had Isaiah Horton.
2nd and 10, Bama from the 42. Simpson scrambling to his left. He's going to run, trying to elude the rush, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. He'll hurry to the line of scrimmage. Zayden Walker is the freshman who ran him down from his inside linebacker position. And boy, incredible speed there to get to it.
Yeah, he's the spy. He's sitting back waiting for any sort of break and containment. And he reads Ty Simpson break the pocket there and is able to run him down.
2nd sack of Ty Simpson in this game as Bama works from their own from the Georgia 47-yard line. 3rd down and 15 to go. 4:15 to go in the ball game. Simpson gets the snap, throws, catches made. Bernard throws it back across the field to Hill. He's got a blocker. 35-30 and gets knocked out of bounds. Good grief. I don't know if that was by design or just a heads-up play, but it was almost an end-of-game play with the lateral. Corey, what'd you see?
No, that was definitely by design. Daniel Hill out there waiting for that pass to come from him from Journey Bernard, and thank God he was there because he was not going to get that first down.
You're exactly right. First down, they look near side for Bernard, incomplete. He and the DB were hand fighting. Tyler thought it was pass interference based on its reaction, but no flags coming. And it will be 2nd and 10. Still trying to. How about Jeremy Bernard on the run fire across the field to Hill on the lateral that picked up the first down. 3:42 to go. Bama down 28-7. In motion is Deere. Play action to him. They'll throw it to him. It's off his hands and incomplete. And probably good for us that it was.
Would have been a loss of a play. I mean, they read it well. Unfortunately, right now, you're getting a hard pass rush. I mean, these guys are just twisting, putting their ears back, getting after you, but they're still dropping back in coverage, keeping everything underneath.
So on 3rd down and 10 from the 18-yard line of Georgia. Simpson waiting on the shotgun snap. Nobody in the backfield with him. Gets it. Firing near side. He's got a man, but it was behind Ryan Williams and incomplete.
I think they were trying to set up a little wheel route. And Ty Simpson read KJ Bolden dropping back in coverage. So he was trying to throw a back shoulder. And Ryan Williams didn't recognize the coverage and adjust to it. It would have been short of the first down, maybe. Right at the marker.
3:33 to go. Bama's going to go for it on 4th and 10. No choice. Down 3 touchdowns. Still a massive play right here for a lot of reasons.
Need the 7.
Simpson Walking up to the line, he's got 2 seconds. He's got 1. He gets the snap off. Looking, pressure coming. Avoids it. Now trying to buy more time. Spins around again. Lets it fly near the end zone. It is in and out of the hands of Jeremy Bernard. He had triple coverage around him. Could not bring it in. It looked like it hit him in the chest, though, Tyler. And, man, that's 2 touchdowns we've dropped.
Yeah, Chris Cole was right there, the defender, and he went up and tried to knock it down, but the ball still found its way right in the arms of Jeremy Bernard. Dalen Everett was in coverage as well, may have had a little to do with it, but, you know, Jeremy Bernard's worked so hard. Sometimes you get these balls like this, hit you, and they get on you quick, and you just can't squeeze it.
I think there was enough of a tip that it threw it off a little, but you're right, he should have brought it in. And unfortunately, Georgia takes over with 3:22 to go at their own 17-yard line. They will just hand it off. They'll run up the gut and get to the 21-yard line. Nate Frazier on the carry. Tim Keenan brings him down. Kalen DeBoer will not use the timeout here.
They've still got 2 plus a 2-minute timeout. Try to get a stop right here. Obviously cannot give up the first down. The game's over. Although it'd be tough to score 21 in 2 minutes.
We're all thinking the same thing. 2 scores looks better. Even though Georgia's going to win the SEC title, barring an absolute meltdown and miracle. Play action. Keeping it himself, Stockton, and he wisely goes down as James Smith brings him down at the 15-yard line. And Bama will use the timeout right here. 1 of 2
Alabama
with 2:30 to go.
1 second.
And again, we'll keep it right here. Corey Reamer, disappointing, frustrating. Man, I hope this team gets a chance to play in the playoff, though. That's not for us to decide, but we certainly would love to see it, and a chance, even if it's on the road somewhere far from home, to advance and see what happens.
Yeah, just an uncharacteristic day from us right here, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And just couldn't get it with the field position flipped all game. It's just hard for us to get across the 50 and get in favorable down and distance situations. Really had us pinned back all day from a field position standpoint, and so we just couldn't overcome. Just disappointing for sure, but hopefully there's an opportunity. I still think this is one of the better teams. Just didn't have it. It wasn't our day today.
Was not our day, unfortunately. The first round of the playoff coming up December 19th and 20th. On-campus games. As Georgia is at the line of scrimmage, they'll go on a straight handoff. They'll run right up the gut. They'll get a first down and more. And that should do it. The 2-minute timeouts. The next time the whistle's going to blow, Cash Jones is the one who had the big carry for 19 yards right up the gut.
And it's always a matter of time late in these ball games when you're selling out for the run. If you're not able to clog up that front with your defensive linemen, there's a seam that always seems to open up.
Correct myself. I'm sorry. It was not 32. It was 33. Chauncey Bowens is the one who had the carry, and he will have to take a knee because he is banged up. Again, nothing fancy there. Right up the gut as this timeout is brought to you by Andrew Sports Medicine, whose team of doctors can help you achieve victory over injury. Andrew Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Crimson Tide. A lot of busy work for the folks at Andrew Sports Medicine and the rest of Jeff Allen's athletic training staff. But some pride wounded and some hurt feelings on top of that today as well.
Yeah, been a frustrating day.
Again, the playoff we'd love to be a part of. Friday, December 19th.
This is
Saturday, December 20th.
The 2-minute timeout.
And we do indeed have the 2-minute timeout right here. So, final 2 minutes of this SEC championship game when we come back. Alabama on the wrong end of a 28-7 score here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, college football fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Bama Nation, welcome to Shoe Station, your go-to destination for top brands and trending styles you love. With more than 100 stores across the Southeast, you'll find over 30,000 styles from Hoka, Birkenstock, Hey Dude, Brooks, Crocs, and more. Whether you're gearing up for game day or casual comforts on campus, Shoe Station has the perfect pair waiting. There's always something new to explore, so find your nearest Shoe Station and shop the latest arrivals. Stop by today and see what's waiting for you.
What's up, Alabama? This is Brian Williams reminding you that the best offense against termites, mosquitoes, and other pests is Cook's Pest Control. I run routes and make catches on the field, but off the field, I trust Cooks to catch what I can't. Fast, precise, always getting the job done right, just like me. That's pest control you can trust. Call Cooks today for your free inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
2 minutes remaining in this SEC championship game. Georgia 28 and Alabama 7 is the score here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Stay tuned after the ball game for the region's fifth quarter show and the post-game press conference featuring comments from Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer. Again, the Crimson Tide trailing 28-7 with only 2 minutes left to go. Chris mentioned the first round of the playoffs coming up, and just as a reminder, the college football playoff selection show coming at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, coming up tomorrow on ESPN, as we'll await the fate of Alabama football, Chris, for the rest of the season.
Will indeed, and get to Coleman Coliseum tomorrow and cross the fingers and watch the show before we go on the air at noon on the network for Alabama men's basketball taking on University of Texas San Antonio, UTSA, the Roadrunners coming to Coleman for the matchup with the Crimson Tide. And again, that one starting at 1 o'clock Central. Noon Central will be our airtime on the network. And again, with that selection show coming up at 11 a.m., we will know by the time we go on air exactly what lies ahead for Crimson Tide football. Will be a trip to the playoff, or will be a trip to a bowl game this year. Disappointing day here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium as Alabama trailed 14-0. Georgia a blocked punt and an interception leading to 2 touchdowns rapidly. Then they scored to start the third quarter. After forcing Bama to a 4-and-out, the Dogs taking a knee once play resumes with 1:50 to go. They will not have to gain another yard. And the clock moving under 1:40, the play clock at 20 seconds, and they've already started the celebration on the Georgia sideline. And credit him, because that was a wounded bunch of dogs in Athens when Alabama defeated them impressively between the hedges. Earlier in the year, there was no whooping and barking that day from the Georgia faithful, but they've earned the right. They haven't lost a game. They won some tight ones, but they earned their way here and are worthy SEC champions.
Yeah, they were opportunistic, something Alabama has been all season long. You know, if you really start breaking this game down, the points off of turnovers are really the biggest difference in this ball game, even as bad as Alabama played on the offensive side, which was extremely concerning. But the punt that got blocked, the interception where you're threatening to put points on the board, it ends up turning into a touchdown. And then, turn it over on downs right there early in the fourth quarter, midway through the fourth quarter. That's 21 points right there.
Final 33 seconds are going to tick away. The teams are already heading to midfield to shake hands, and the celebration has long since begun on the Georgia side. But the Dogs win it by a final score of 28-7. They claim the SEC title for the second straight year. Alabama reaching the championship game in Kalen DeBoer's second season, but the record falls to 10-3, while Georgia improves to 12-2.